It's literally too hot here.
Is
Like,
it?
ah,
Yeah, my
horrible.
apartment's nice and cool right now. It was hot when I first woke up, and I don't know if it's the positioning of my apartment, but oh yeah, I do live in an apartment by the way, it's not a mansion. But
Not yet.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm pre-rich. But yeah, where I'm at, it's I think I'm kind of like in a little nook that has enough shade where like at this time of day, well, I mean it's only 10 a.m. Oh, like maybe I have a couple more hours till it gets really hot then. Shoot.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Well, it's over 100 degrees here,
What? And
and
is it
so
and
it's
then the
yes,
heat there, is it like humid? Is it like
yes,
ooh, so it feels even hotter?
yes.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even have to move. It feels like you do in a marathon. Yeah. But I've been mainly, I live on the water, so for me it's easy to just, I just jump out my back window and,
Do you do
and
that though? Is
swim.
the
Yeah,
water that you
yeah,
live on, it's like habitable? You can swim in it?
yeah, sure. It's
What?
water. Yeah.
Hold on, but you have whoa, hold on, wait. But you have all the boats, like you have the gasoline and the exhaust and the boats going into that water.
Well, it's still the river.
Oh,
It's not
it's a oh, it's a river,
the
not a
base.
lake.
Well, it's a canal from the River Amstel, right?
Yeah, huh. I got to do some research on that so I want to like
So
know what,
Amsterdam is built on the River Amstel. That's why we have the canals.
and then
So
that's why there's
I
Amstel
don't
Light.
live, yeah, I don't live in the city. So I don't live in the city canals. I live on the outskirts. So I live on the bigger canals. So we have like bigger canals here. It's pretty deep though. So you got to watch it, especially when it's dark. Don't go swimming.
Is it the same style as Venice as well? Like I haven't been to Venice, but Venice has the canals as well. So is it the
Yeah,
same
but
principle? And
no,
oh,
it's
it's
different.
different.
It's a little different. It
Okay.
looks a little different. It's not famous. No,
Wow.
no.
Yeah,
But
that stuff
I live
fascinates
on
me.
the water in a floating house.
That is so cool. We have stuff like that here too. I mean, I'm in California, so where I'm at in California, like there's the Newport Harbor Yacht Club, for instance, and so there's
Yeah.
an actual yacht club. There's boat houses and in the Dana Point Harbor, which I live near. Sorry, the same deal. There's like a harbor, lots of boats, and but you're not living out of a harbor. I'm assuming, right?
No,
Yeah,
well, we
because
have
it's
small little harbors.
huh.
Yeah, it's one big harbor. Yeah.
That's a trip. Yeah, it's just so crazy to me that I can't even
Yeah.
imagine what that's like. I want to go there so bad.
I'll post a picture right now where
Yeah,
I
yeah,
live
that's
in
sick.
the.
Very sick. Yeah, I want to get so I've been like looking for more photo ops and stuff like that because in the suburb that I live, there's not that much like excitement. Like I'm sure there are photo ops, but when I go into like the city or stuff like that, when I go up to LA and stuff like that, there's way more photo ops.
Mhm.
Yesterday we went out to that dinner that I told you about to that fancy. It's like one of the fanciest restaurants like around, and so that was really cool. We got a couple like little photo ops and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I love stuff like that. Very cool.
Yeah, so here you see the little harbor that we have with the boats, and then towards the end you see all the houses on the side, all the
Whoa, yeah,
houses in the
yeah.
water. Yeah. So
That's
this is from the back of my house. This
yeah.
picture, just
Wow,
from my window.
that's an amazing view. That's the type
Yeah.
of you could see a painting. I've seen paintings of scenes just like this. This would be
Yeah.
a beautiful painting
Yeah.
because the colors, the vibrant, like the reds and the whites that are coming in the distance. Oh yeah, those colors are amazing. I just zoomed in on the
Yeah.
picture, and you have like yellows and reds and blues with the black and white, and then the water just looks so glassy. Yeah, that's an amazing picture.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is one of the big canals. You can, I mean, if it rains heavily, I won't suggest to swim because the sewage tend to overflow. Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Well, yeah,
So yeah, should you be drinking this water? No, right?
right.
But it's great for pedaling. Sometimes in the spring or in the fall, I'll just put on a wetsuit, right, and we'll just go pedaling and stuff like. Or
Paddleboard, like stand up paddle.
yeah, we have stand-up pedal boards and we
Yeah.
have a speedboat behind, right? We'll take it for a spin, something like that, right?
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
That is
And we can
cool.
actually take it into the canals, right? So we go into the city with the boat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that is so cool. And so are you like a big water junkie? Like are you like a
Yes,
surfer and stuff as well?
yes,
Oh, what?
yes. Hang ten. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because
I would.
I'm not a great surfer. I bodyboarded for years, like just like kind of like boogie board, like where you lay down with
Yeah,
the fins on the feet, and so and you can like do like drop knee and barrel rolls and stuff like that with it, but it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
as
yeah.
technical as surfing. Surfing, it's like I've like longboarded on like the 8 foot foam top longboards and done all that
Yes.
stuff, but it's just the active surfing, like taking the surfboard down to the beach, is like it's a lot. And that was the thing that kind of just I don't have a truck right now. I've had a sedan now for years. I keep buying sedans,
Yeah, you kind
and
of need a truck for that
yeah,
to
to bring
take
your
your
surfboard
equipment.
down to the
Yeah,
beach, yeah,
yeah.
it's doing it without it
So,
is
so
yeah.
here we don't have good waves for
Really
surfing, right? For free surfing, we have windsurfing, and I do a lot of kite surfing
sick. Kite
because
surfing
we
is one
do
of the
have a lot of
most
wind,
yeah.
right?
Kite surfing is one of the most expensive sports to
Yes.
participate in. To
Tell
start,
me
it's
about it.
around 3 grand, I believe, for a
Yeah.
kite, and
Oh,
then
yeah, the cheaper ones. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So the entry to get into that sport, yeah, it's actually 5 to 7 grand or something, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
snowboarding is super
Let me
expensive.
show you a picture of me doing surfing,
Kite surfing, yeah, kite surfing,
kite
sick.
surfing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here in man, you would love it here in California where I live.
Oh, yeah.
I live in between Huntington Beach and Dana Point, Salt Creek Beach, which are two of like the best beaches. Like if you go on like Surfline and look at like the best beaches like in the world, like Huntington is like world renowned as being one of the best. So like yeah, I'm kind of spoiled where I'm at right here, and that's one of the reasons I've continued living here, even though it's so expensive. Is that living next to there's nothing like living next to the beach. It's yeah, right here in California, there's nothing like it. So yeah, I love it.
I would agree with that, right? I would agree with that. I need the water around me. That's why I need a tropical island, you
Yeah,
guys. When all season, right? Um,
yeah. The people that live like in landlocked states and everything, like living in like Montana or like yeah, landlocked or where there's no beaches and stuff, it seems so depressing to not be able to see the water. I feel like there's like a natural desire for for humans to like be near the water.
yes, I do have that. Hold on, let me grab the picture now. Um, it's in here somewhere. Surf. Oh, here we go. Do, do, do. This is out by our ocean, right? Or sea. It's the North Sea.
Oh, that's yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna ask. I saw some video recently and it was talking about why the Venice canals were built and how there's like a whole reason that it was built or whatever. And so is Amsterdam the same way? Did they like build canals because of some sort of like trade purposes or
Yeah,
do you?
trading purpose, same as Venice, right? So these
Uh,
cities were all big harbors,
right, and
and
because
so, but
you have streets.
the big ships cannot reach the city,
Yeah,
and they would have lots of stuff. So they
right,
would
right,
unload at the harbor, put it onto smaller boats, and then
mm-hmm,
just glide into the canals,
right,
straight into the warehouses,
yeah.
right? Straight from the water into the warehouse. It would just save time and energy,
Yeah,
right? So
they didn't have trucks and like motor
no,
engines and things to
no.
so it's like the fastest way to move things is put it on water and
All
float it down the river.
horsepower.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all
that's a trip.
horsepower. Otherwise, yeah. So the canals in Amsterdam are actually designed in like a horseshoe.
Mm,
So a bigger horseshoe, tinier horseshoe, tiny horseshoe, and every horseshoe canal will come back to the harbor.
wow.
So they can have one-way traffic, right?
It's like a fractal that branches out like tree
Yeah.
branches. Yeah.
No, no, no. It doesn't have tree branches. It's really a, like I say,
A horseshoe. Oh,
a
I thought there was
horseshoe.
I thought there was a secondary small. Yeah.
A
Secondary smaller horseshoe on the legs of the horseshoes. No? Huh.
no big horseshoe, and all the
Huh.
ends are coming towards the harbor. So
Mm,
you can load up, go through the just the whole horseshoe, do not have any traffic, right? Because it's one-way traffic. You unload, and then automatically you come back to the harbor again.
Sick.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Captain Ansal. Yes, we are diverging from the crypto conversation,
I'd be
talking
so
about canals
fascinated
and
by
water.
Amsterdam. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, my surf picture is up, right?
Oh,
Here's
what?
Wild on the
Let's see
beach.
this. Let's see this. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Let's see.
What projects have surprised you recent weeks?
Oh
A
wow.
sandwich?
Yeah, weeks.
What? What are we talking? Hold on. I
One
need
more
a
time.
subject.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
What projects have surprised you in recent weeks?
Oh, what projects have surprised me in the
Yes,
last
yes,
week?
yes.
Estate X. Also, very much Fartcoin
Fart
What
coin.
coin?
on Sui. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes. Surprisingly, that one actually has a good strategy, which is very interesting. If you want to know more about it, then go to, well, hold on. Let me just
Actually, I can
look
help
it
you out
up.
in here.
You see
Um,
Bitcoin on
Yeah,
Solana?
I'm gonna post something in there.
Wild,
Jumbotron.
I was trying to get the dev to join us today.
Oh, it's okay, man. It's everybody. You know what? The audience is not gonna be big today because of the market. You could have seen that one coming, right? Everybody's
I
immediately
didn't really
flipping
check
out.
the chart. I'm busy
Wow,
real
you
life.
don't do it. Um,
Shit.
don't check the
You say
charts.
don't check the
Oh, look at
charts.
no, don't.
Yeah, it's not
You
worth
just
it.
go look tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
go
just
I
paste
checked
outside.
what
something.
Sui doing, and that's all.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Sui
Sue's
is holding on for dear
Three.
life at $3.78.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
Groundhog
just
Day for a month, 2 months with Sui.
it will just turn itself around. Bullish.
Yes, I'm extremely bullish on it. Watching it yesterday run up to 422 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's that's a great
There's
Guys,
nothing.
indicator.
bullish Bitcoin. Oh shit.
This is a recorded space still. I should have not done that, right? We should have.
Oops.
With this
Yeah.
market, we should have been just able to say fuck. Oh shit.
Oh
Yes.
jeez.
Well, oh
Okay.
shit. Because Tick has the live stream up and everyone can hear us. All right. Sorry about that, you guys on YouTube. And
Yeah, there's only like 6 people
but
on there.
I guess you feeling the sentiment with me. A lot of people are, you know. I am, however, seeing some longs coming in. If you are willing to do a little longing here, do some leverage. I see some entries. Just keep that 5 minute open if you're into that kind of stuff. But it's good to grab a few dollars here and there, right? Um, I made like almost $600 on this volatility here, right? Just up and down, shorting, longing on a 5 minute. And yeah, it works well. Hold on, I still need to open a trade now too. I've been trading Tron actually. Tron is very relaxed, right? Very relaxed in price movement, up only. The chart looks like a banana over time. Yes, hold on. Let me open long. Do. Come on. All right.
You see Bitcoin.
Buttcoin. I don't do Buttcoin.
Bark.
Bark.
Oh, Bark Coin.
Bark.
Yeah, I saw that this week too. What is that? What's Bark Coin? I saw that
Fucking
too.
bullish.
Is bullish?
Yeah, Bitcoin is yeah.
Oh, you're a character, man. But Captain
Yeah.
Soul. That okay. Bark Coin is bullish. If you say so. I don't know about Bark Coin. The one that's at 66K market cap, or the one that's at 32K market cap? I'm assuming you're talking about the 66K. Okay. Market cap 161. Volume at 298. Hold on. Wait. What? Okay. Liquidity
Oh
56K.
man,
Okay. No. This is
Bitcoin made
inaccurate.
215% and few days ago, man.
Wait. Okay. What's the how long ago was the pair created? 8 days? It launched on
Yeah,
Bonk?
Bonky
yeah.
So it's a CTO. Bro. I don't know, man.
Okay,
But
bro.
That's cool. If
Medicate.
you're bullish on it, I don't know if this one's for me. It seems like there's not enough liquidity with 66K liquidity, market cap at 165. Well, I guess that's a 3-to-1 ratio, isn't it? Damn, maybe it is bullish. What do I know? And this is
Bro, I
Solana
talked
Radium.
about him a few days ago, when he priced it 200, 300 price in market cap, and he go to 600 market cap, man. It's fucking bullish.
It went up to
Medicate.
600K.
Yeah.
Let me see. Truth Social's own AI. So speaking of Fartcoin, this is another Truth Terminal thing. Is that accurate or no? It's another coin that was created by the Truth Terminal. Or am I'm just assuming that based on some of the things I saw, and the ASCII art as well. Inspired by Truth Social's AI. Huh. So it's inspired. I don't even know what that means. They saw Fartcoin and say, "Hey, let's use that idea as inspiration." Truth Terminal came up with this. That's kind of what it sounds like. I don't know, man. It just seems like there's so many projects that I don't know what this project's offering, honestly. I can't be bullish on something that it just seems like another Solana meme coin with no like direction or purpose, or I'm not saying that they all need to have a purpose, but like at least have some sort of reference to something that like I can understand or relate to. If this is just a Fartcoin clone that's called Bartcoin, I mean, that just doesn't seem like it'll get you very far. That's my humble opinion, though. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
okay.
What do you think, Wild? Bartcoin, yay or nay? Bullish?
I'm not buying any meme tokens at the moment. I'm
Yeah.
doubling down on what I have.
There you go. That's a
You know,
plan.
you can get wild to degen when it's time to degen,
Yeah.
right? When the fuck it money has been made.
Mm-hmm.
However, it has not been made right yet. So.
Every time the chart pulls back, I'm feeling like that too, where my like vision just gets more and more like tunnel vision to like maybe like 3 coins I want to pump, if that. You know what I mean? Like my DCA, my strategy right now isn't like, ooh, I wonder like what else is going on out there. It's like I'm like, okay, I've made my bets, and if these don't pull through, like I'm living on the street. Not literally, but
Exactly.
not
No,
literally.
exactly.
But you know what I mean? Like that's got to be my approach. My approach needs to be like, if this doesn't work out, like I'm screwed. And that's the only way that I can remain diligent, vigilant.
All right, so
and
I'm going to help you out here because you're using words that are not the truth. You're
Okay.
in crypto, you are never screwed. Even if you've lost everything, you are exposed to crypto. You can learn, restart. I have met a lot of people who got utterly wrecked being in crypto for
Yeah.
2-3 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And they weren't
then
ruined.
after that bull, right? And
Yeah.
they looked at some things that they did wrong. They started to get their act together, and they still became financially free. So you know, it's you're exposed to crypto. You're running 95% of the world who does not have a damn clue about what's going on here.
That's a great point.
So you just having that exposure to crypto with the knowledge that we have, that we built over the years, that is value on its own. And maybe the money you lost was to gather that knowledge.
Knowledge is
And
power.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how I always
exactly.
look for it. That I paid for that, like that training that I got, essentially. You know,
Paid your
that
dues.
hands-on
Yeah.
training.
Yep,
It may have cost me
absolutely.
a couple grand, but it's like, but if it cost me a couple grand to learn how to make 20 grand, then so be it. That's just it takes money to make money. It has always been it's been the cost of learning. Every time that I've ran into issues or sold for a loss, for instance, you sell for a loss. If I'm shitting on myself, then I have no one to blame. I can't blame the chart because I made a stupid decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's starting to like, learn how to circumvent these things. How to,
And again,
yeah,
if you're not a trader and you find that difficult, then don't. You don't need to. That's the beauty of this thing, right? Everybody feels like they need to trade the chart.
yeah,
Stop. If you're not a trader, stop doing that.
yeah.
Just DCA, huddle on, wait for the big pumps, right? Wait for these cycles to go through and set yourself up this way. There's more than one way to roam here. And I think the death of Fartcoin would agree with me. Good evening.
Good
Hell
evening,
yeah.
everyone. Thanks for having me
Yes.
on as a speaker. Yeah, no, completely agree. There's different ways of doing things if you're a trader or long-term holder or you're DCAing or swing trading. Always so many different ways to do
Yeah.
things. And the market's been it's been interesting with Ethereum doing really well.
So
I
awesome.
think it's still kind of a case of and you know how we had that Bitcoin dominated market. Now I still think if you do like others, all the altcoins divided by Ethereum, Ethereum's just running the show. So I
Yep.
still think that a lot of people were maybe spooked when Ethereum's came down and they're seeing alts come down and they're thinking, well, if Ethereum's this high, why are the alts the same?
Yeah.
But that's because the alts are bleeding to Ethereum. So I still think there's that alt that alt time hasn't fully came. So it's kind of like Ethereum's dragged a lot of them up, but
Yep.
Ethereum's been outperforming. So maybe it's going to be another couple of weeks,
Yeah.
or Ethereum takes a correction in September, and then you get the October November run. So it's just interesting, but it's the emotions are strong in the trenches and in the altcoins because everyone's kind of thinking,
What is
well,
going on?
Ethereum's yeah,
Yeah.
what is going on? But
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking at is others divided by Ethereum and thinking, well, alts were bleeding to Ethereum this whole time, so it still seems like
If you're looking on a smaller time frames, because I'm trading, right? I'm doing future trades. So I've been shorting, longing here and there throughout the day, like high leverage. I do anywhere 100x, 500x. I don't care when I see it, I do it. Especially when it's volatile like this, you can make good money as a trader because volatility is movement, and from movement, a trader makes money. Um, but yeah, they all look like Ethereum on the lower time frames. When you look at the hourlies, even the 2 hour, they all look like Ethereum. And that's because of Ethereum dominance now in the market. So what you can do is have that Ethereum dominance plus the Bitcoin dominance. And basically that tells us we're very much above 60%, right? We're even close to over 70 with all of that. And that is giving pressure on your alts. So the alts move with Ethereum. I think Ethereum now more than Bitcoin because Bitcoin initially was holding a little bit stronger today than Ethereum, but all the coins got spooked by Ethereum. Yeah, that is what happened. They got spooked, and so here we are, right?
But
yeah,
Dealing them. Yeah.
it's so cool to see though because I feel like, I mean, you saw it coming, Wild, but I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of people didn't see this coming. And it's so funny because a person I know in real life bought Ethereum at 2 grand when it was at 2 grand like a couple months ago, and he knows that I
Yeah.
do this stream and everything, and he's like, "Do you think that was a good buy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Ethereum's a great buy." I'm like, it's always number two. I'm like, but it might be a little while till we see it actually rip. And he's like, "Yeah, I know. I just bought it and figured I'd hold on to it." And then he's hit over a 2x since he bought. And this was like
Yeah.
a couple months ago. So that's unheard of. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me. So,
Yeah.
I know what
hats off
controls
to
to
Warren if
Farcoin,
he's
guys.
listening. What's that?
What's up?
Say it again.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that? Was that
Spark,
Dev?
you guys.
Oh, it's Captain. What was that, Captain?
Park, fine, maybe.
Very nice.
Okay.
I do not know what you're saying.
Jeez.
Check comments, guys.
Oh, so Fartcoin strategy, Fartcoin on Sui. Forgive me, Dev. I can't remember what to call you, but could you tell us the Fartcoin on strategy, dude? That is the meta right now. I'm
yeah. So
pretty. Yes.
it's a it's a play we're kind of setting up and getting ready for that full when that time comes, that alt season, and when Sui's pumping, because how it kind of works is that it's the best way I'm telling everyone to think of it is leveraged Fartcoin. So it's going to be super volatile. And that's even why I said to a lot of our investors, I tried to do a lot of pinned posts on the Telegram, like, guys, don't fully pin to this.
Right.
keep your Fartcoin bags as well. So treat Fartcoin as like Bitcoin, treat strategy as Ethereum or an altcoin. But
Mm-hmm.
because we're in the trenches, this is like a really volatile leveraged play. But I can imagine it doing really well when Fartcoin, say Fartcoin goes on a run to 1 million market cap. I can see strategy easily doing 2 to 3 to 4 million. And the reason for that is simple is you know how all of your coins on Sui, like you've got Toilet, you've got Lofi, they're all against Sui. So the pool is Lofi, Sui. So if Sui goes up 5%, Lofi goes up 5%. If Sui goes down 5%, Lofi goes down 5%. So strategy is actually against Fartcoin. So imagine if Fartcoin goes up 20%, strategy goes up 20%, and then say Fartcoin goes down 20%, strategy goes down 20%. So the price moves exactly the same as Fartcoin,
Mm-hmm.
except when you add additional buys and additional sells, it's going to move even more in either direction. So it's a leveraged play. So it's an interesting one. And for us, it was kind of, we made it for the trenches to get that kind of like something that's volatile, get some hype. And also because the pool is in Fartcoin, anytime someone buys strategy with Sui, it does Sui buys Fartcoin, and then the Fartcoin buys strategy. So you can imagine even that buy does a sort of double pump on strategy, because when they buy Fartcoin, they push the Fartcoin price up, which pushes the strategy price up. Then that buy goes on to strategy, pushing that price up again. So it is a little bit confusing, but the best way to think of it is as a leveraged play. But it's kind of in its early innings where I'm just still setting up a few things for it. So right now I'm creating a volume bot because the pool, all of the fees, since we set this pool up ourselves, all of the fees are coming back, so we can actually run a volume bot on it. With Fartcoin itself, it's from Moonbags, the 1% pool. So if we run a volume bot on it and get like 10k USD volume, we're spending like $100. So net you lose. But with this, we've actually made over 800 USD in fees because it's a 2% pool, and we can just rattle trades through multiple wallets and up that volume and really get it going. So it's just doing background work now for when we get a kind of good run on Sui, and I'm hoping it'll be a kind of degen leverage volatile play that just pulls more money into Fartcoin. But the main thing for me is just explaining that to our investors, because I don't
Yes.
want people to get wrecked. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the last
Yeah.
couple of days it's outperformed Fartcoin by, I think like Fartcoin's gone up, say like 30-40%. Strategy was going up 50 to 60.
Yeah.
But today, Farcoin's gone down, say 10.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact
Done.
number. Strategy has gone down 15 to 20. So
Yeah.
it's just about education at
14.8.
this point and doing the groundwork. So hope that made sense, but it is going to take a while for everyone to kind of get used to that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Maybe what helps with that, because a lot of people in this space are not um, verbal, so they are visual. That's why we have always have take to the visuals. So maybe we should have like a little info, like a very simple infograph on this, right? With an example of how this works. And so, yeah, we
That
could do
is
that.
such a great idea. You know what? And
Yeah.
throwing one together in ChatGPT, frick, I wish I had been paying closer attention about the ins and the outs of the strategic so I could just throw it together
Hmm.
for you. If you
Yep.
even want to text me, DM me on Telegram, like, just a quick synopsis of what you want, I'll throw that infograph together in
Yeah.
seconds. It's
Yep.
really easy for me.
Yep.
That
And
Yep.
I
works
would
And
really
love to
nice.
sit.
Also,
Mhm.
because when the dev needs to explain these things, or I need to explain, I just
Yeah,
feel that people, it's flying over their head. A lot of what we
exactly.
say is flying over people's heads
It's
already.
hard to, it's
But
difficult to
yeah,
visualize the ins and outs.
yeah,
Like,
that's it.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh, as this goes up and then this takes liquidity from this and blah blah blah. It's like I
Well,
vaguely, I like,
very
yeah,
simple, right? You do
yeah.
a very simple infograph. You have strategy and Fartcoin, and then you're gonna use some arrows to explain
Mm-hmm.
how it works,
yep.
Where the money
right?
flows, yeah.
Yeah, and you can use that because it's leverage. You can use like a way scale, right, or something like that, right?
Ooh,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
sick.
I
Yes,
think
yes, yes. I like that.
Yeah, no, that's amazing ideas, and that's kind of what we have to do now, just to lay that groundwork. And even right now, it's not even a case of expecting strategy to do incredible right now. Right now, it's just there, it's active, and once the volume bot's ready, and like you said, we've got those videos or infographics, and we can have it clearer. Then the idea is when that kind of run comes, we've got them running side by side, and any volume that flows into strategy is going into Fartcoin first, so it just benefits Fartcoin. But it was just a fun kind of play, because it goes down to on-chain wealth, where the market cap of Fartcoin's 300 and something thousand. I can't remember the exact number, but the pool only has, say, 30 to 40,000 in SUI, but everyone can spend their Fartcoin, which means strategy can have inflows of up to, right now, 350k. Obviously, I've not told our investors to do that because it would be a massive PvP in the Fartcoin community. So it doesn't make sense right now to say, guys, ape into Fartcoin, let's take it to a 10 million market cap. It's just going to be a massive PvP with people gaining and losing Fartcoin. But
Yeah.
later down the line, if our market cap, say, 5 to 10 million, you can imagine inflows into strategy can then be like 100k, 200k. So it's just it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
No, absolutely. I think it's very smart to back it up this way, because it also is very interesting on how to deal with the volume bots in that sense as well, right? I think that's a very clever hook that is not utilized enough. I actually never thought of that. Well, not like that, but yes, very interesting. I was I'm very happy that you're doing all of that for Fartcoin, because it really sets it apart, right? There's a little bit more to it, and that's what meme tokens are on Sui. They are memes, but there's a little bit more to it, and somehow every meme has a little bit of a thing going on, and so here we have some clever stuff, but we do need some infographics for the people,
Yeah.
because I know from experience that when coins have a certain mechanism, it goes above people's head because you're often getting too
Yeah,
technical.
yeah.
And
I
yeah,
Yeah.
I love the idea of the visual uh, infograph of how strategy works, how Fartcoin strategy works. I actually do that for fun for a lot of things. I did it recently. We were talking about something. I don't know if you remember Wild, but like I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a infograph of that, and it was like some sort of um, layout of the workflow of something. It was something unrelated, but it's doing these sorts of things. I feel like Wilder's so dead on about how she's saying, people sometimes need these things to like visualize. It helps so much because you can actually, when you can actually trace the lines and say, okay, this goes here,
yeah,
this goes here. It's incredibly bullish because all of a sudden you see the vision that the developer had. Like all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's why they did it. Like it's like the aha moment, which is so essential in crypto. I feel like there's so many times where if I'm bearish on something, someone brings something about the project to my attention, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, holy, like then I'm in a panic to buy. I feel like Fartcoin strategy
Yeah.
can have that same effect. I'm not saying that's a
Yeah.
positive thing. Panic buying is not a positive thing, but I'm saying
yeah.
getting
But
that.
also,
Yeah,
when you have a visual like that,
yeah.
when you're in the TG, whether you post it on X, but if somebody comes in the TG and is like, "What is this about?"
Mm-hmm.
You prevent from having to guide people to a written pinned post,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you're explaining to them,
No one wants to
but you're
read
still
paragraphs.
writing it down, and the words do not land. I have the experience with communities and community building, and it's not working this way. People are much more in crypto somehow, much more visually inclined, and so just when
Yep.
somebody's asking, right, then have it up in the TG. So when you type a certain word, that graphic will pop up, and so when somebody asks, it's like, all right, well, boom, here, right,
Yep.
and you don't need to. It's going to save a lot of energy and a lot of time,
I want to.
because these
Oh.
it's simple enough to make a simple infographic for this.
Yeah, I
And it's
was gonna.
basically this and this does this,
Yeah, I wanted
and
to
in
knock it
reverse
out.
it does this.
I wanted to knock it out right now, just because I can do it pretty quickly. Do you have that the information articulated in text anywhere so that I can kind of copy pasta, or
So we have on the Fartcoin strategy X account, there's some pinned posts which have
Okay.
the information. But the only part I wouldn't include is, so basically the fees come in fart, coin, and strategy. So the pinned post mentioned we're going to be doing buyback and burns, which we still might very well do, but we have multiple options with that, whether
Yeah.
it's airdropping the fees to all the holders. I've been looking at some code for that, or it's using the volume bot just bouncing across, or it's buyback and burns. So that part's still in kind of figuring
That's
out
awesome.
exactly what to do. But the pinned posts, if you copy all of them in, they should hopefully help
Is that
with
at
that.
the top of the Fartcoin Strat X page? It's that the pinned
Yes.
post with it starts with the number 1, then goes to number 2.
Yep.
So Fartcoin Strategic Reserve Strategy explained. Read carefully. This is incredibly earlier. Oh, this is incredibly earlier and unlike. So it's a typo.
I got hit with the typo. Then I pinned it and I couldn't edit it after.
Oh, dude, I do
It was a
that all the
nightmare.
time. I hate it when I do that. Okay, so
Same.
1 billion in supply in total, 30% seeded directly into liquidity pool, 60% locked for 1 year, 10% Fartcoin Bank. So that's the tax, the fees, Fartcoin Bank.
Yeah.
And
So
that's a way to inject liquidity, right? Later on with the volume bot.
yeah. So basically, Farcoin Bank's our wallet. So it's just on Sui NS so that it's clear to people that Farcoin owns that wallet.
Oh, hold on,
And
that's
what
an
happened
actual
was,
URL. Forgive me for cutting you off. Is that URL? Fartcoin.bank. So is that an actual URL that they can view the wallet?
it's just our wallet name on like Sui Explorer
Sick.
or Sui Vision.
For name
So
service?
basically, so what happened was when we set up the LP, we put 25 million Fartcoin and as much, for a starting price at 16k market cap, as much Fartcoin strategy as we could. What happened was when I was setting it up, the price dropped on Fartcoin by about 20 to 30%.
Wow,
So we ended up seeding less than we wanted to.
dude.
But in doing that, all I done was I just locked it on StreamFi 600 million for like a really long time. And the only reason I didn't want to send it to the burn address was because then Dex Screener's just going to nerf your market cap. So it's gonna drop it by like 60%. So the circulating supply is actually really low, only 300 million, and that was what was put into the LP. So that's locked.
Right.
And then Farcoin Bank owns around 90 million right now, but most of that's gonna get burned because I've realized there's actually no point in that. Was for future, but I think 90 is a bit much, so probably going to burn a lot of that as well. So basically, Farcoin Bank's just our wallet. You can see everything we do transparently through. It was set up with Stewie name service.
There we go. No, I see a lot more people in this space. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Mr. G, Capital Me, K Wells, Mr. B, everybody here, and everybody on the live stream on YouTube. Welcome there and on X as well. If you're with us on this, Thirsty Thursday. I should remove Solana because this is clearly now just all Sui. Very much, right? Sui people ain't scared. You bought the dip, right?
Yeah, and guys, I need to actually drop off. I had good fun.
Yeah.
I've just finished work, gonna get some food, and we've got some sun here in Scotland, so we've got long days and some sun. So gonna get out because I've not had much.
Are you wearing a kilt as well, or are you?
No.
I mean, I had to ask, right?
Yeah.
The Fartcoin dev wearing a kilt, that'd be fitting. Just so he could say breezy.
Yeah, kilts are quite common for weddings and that kind of thing, but not really day to day. So
well, I kind of knew that, but I just needed to ask.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Really
appreciate it. Take care, guys.
Take care. Thank you for stopping by and explaining. We're gonna work on some infographic about what this strategy is doing with Fartcoin and Fartcoin strategy, right?
Yeah.
And, but thank you for coming on stage. It was a pleasure.
Take care.
Kilt, you guys.
Take care, guys.
It's painless. Take it easy. Thank you again. That's so awesome. I really appreciate it.
Enjoy the eve. Yeah. All right. We got Crypto Wolf in the house.
Yo, what's up, guys? How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.
Yeah, I was just popping in. I come back from the job, but I saw that you guys are cooking a space today, and yeah, need to show some love because it's all about two projects for me on Suvi.
Yes.
One you know already, and
Axel.
the other one you know also already. It's Fartcoin.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm really bullish on this project, and I need to tell you, I like how this project is unfolding to be really a community project because I see a lot of people are contributing out of themselves, which is pretty rare if you ask me on Sui, because a lot of projects, well, a lot of people have the intention to launch a project, to see it going to 1 million, and then you see this big fat red candle, and that's actually a lot of people's just their ambition, just take it or leave it. And but I see that this is something else. So we see people stepping up, making artworks. We have people stepping up, doing the raids. We have people active in the chat, making jokes, and everybody tries to take it serious, which I do really like to see unfolding now. And I think we will be find more and more believers in this thing. And yeah, it's an amazing journey. So I think it's going to be nuts. I want to remind you guys, I was digging today in ADA again. What ADA did actually a few years ago, guys, it went from a 3 billion to a 90 billion, right? And that's now on pause for a very long time. You saw the same happening with Solana. And ADA is just a normal project, if you ask me. Like Shiba Inu went to 40 billion. So why Sui could not go parabolic this cycle? It's just very clear to me that it will, and that all these meme coins are going to see things that we can even not imagine. So let's go, guys. Let's take it. Let's stay consistent, and let's do what we need to do. Let's fucking go.
That's awesome. Very nice. I love the bullishness. That is so cool.
Absolutely. Crypto Wolf is just so bullish.
Yes.
Yeah, you know it, you guys. Sui has gotten the most outflow from Ethereum over 24, and is holding a pretty strong numbers in 25 as well, right? And look, right now, well, hold on, Captain, I'm going to close your microphone because you're giving a ton of feedback.
He's falling
Um,
asleep.
yeah, yeah. So, what is happening in the market? Well, today there was some panic because of a hack, right? The Bitcoin Turk and exchange got hacked. They got some wallets in it, causing a little bit of a scare, right? And then we see this big candle down, and we saw it on Ethereum and everywhere else. Now, look, I've been warning this morning for a pullback already when we were doing TA in the crypto moonlight. I was like, look, we need to cool off, right? Do we need to cool off to go back to all the way down to nothing? No, of course not. We're gonna just have to retest some form of resistance we took as support, right? And we got to go and retest all of that. So actually, that wick just did just that, exactly on the price too, right? So the wick on Ethereum. So the wick on Ethereum retested all of that. It just came down in one go, and that kind of scared the market. Now, you're also red for a reason, and that's because the Ethereum dominance is now playing a role. So if we do the Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance together, we are still seeing a ton of pressure on the market for the rest of your alts. Solana got a little bit of a go, right? It's got a green flag a little bit to do a little bit of a harder rally there the last few days. But hey, Sui did a good jump as well. And we still got to take that $4, $4.07. And because of all that retesting on Ethereum, that we saw today, right? We lost that again. But look, we're not here for today. We are here for a few weeks from now. All that we're seeing right now is all season cooking, right? So Ethereum is going to go there first. And that's why all the coins are now looking at Ethereum as well instead of just the Bitcoin. So these two together give a lot of pressure, right? The dominance on Bitcoin might be just below 60, right? But that doesn't say that we're hauling. Of course, Ethereum is going to do it first. It's going to carry the torch. And so we're very much cooking all season. That is going to happen. We're going to get all rally. That is going to happen. I see it more in quarter four, the start of quarter four, right? I think maybe over September, we're going to, see some here and there. some foreplay, and then we're just massaging towards that quarter four. I really see quarter four as a little bit more uh, of a more exciting time. And then Sui, when we take the dominance of Solana from last bull run onto Sui, because that's where Solana was the new shiny thing that was the fastest, right? And so it stole the show. It shares a lot of venture capital that Sui has as well. Don't forget this. And so it is primed to do well in October. In November, it will start uh, getting these approvals for the ETFs on SUI as well. That's going to be a thing, right? And so it is going to be a token. Well, it is already a token as USA recognized, right? So this is just a select few that are. Also, if we put then that dominance of Solana from last bull run, we project that onto SUI, then we are looking at $40, $50 SUI. And that's just based on the dominance Solana had last time. So the dominance that Solana had in the market. Not. I'm not doing market cap because we are having trillions more money now flowing into the market than we did last bull run. That's obvious. We having if all season would start today, we having twice as much in the market than we did last bull run, right? Twice as much money in the whole market cap. So when I do that dominance of Solana and I project that onto Sui, then I'm looking at that, and it's going to get crazy in all season. Now that's a little bit of a high, yeah, having some high expectations there from for Sui, but conservatively, $25, $30 Sui should be very much doable for Sui, even this rally. Yes, I think a lot of people were not there last bull run or forgot what it was like. And I don't blame you because it's been a rough ride. It's been a rough 4 years. Right? I cannot deny. I feel that too. But we cannot forget the crazy that's going on in an alt rally, right? And so I know people are a little bit bearish here and there saying like, well, maybe, we get like a really, really sad all season and then Bitcoin does a prolonged rally. And it's like, yeah, but I don't see that happening for these bullish layer ones, right? These are first movers. They're gonna move first. And then just to see the amount of projects on Sui, just the amount of projects on Sui is literally a handful in comparison to what's on Solana, to what's on
Yeah.
ETH, right? To what's
Yeah.
on any other chain, Tron. What we got? What else we got? That's Avex, right? Just name those. There are tons more coins on there than there are, even with the utility included on Stewie, and all of that volume is going to come to them. Last year in September, we saw it happen with just Hippo, flying to 260 million. Tons of other tokens did great numbers. Axel did fabulous numbers. Lofi did great numbers. Even the lower caps, the mid caps, like what was that? Suiman was launched around that time as well, etc., etc. They all did millions, right? Minimum. And that was just with a little bit of volume. That was just with a daily volume of about 3 billion. That is one third of what Solana has when it's up, right? When the trenches are hot. So the trenches are more than hot when Sui gets a 3 bill in its ecosystem, just simply because there's, small amount of tokens. Let's say good morning to King Crab. Hello, how are you?
How's it going, Wild&Tic? GM,
Oh,
GM. It's GM somewhere.
good morning.
So, morning. It's markets go up, markets go down, but you know what? As long as you keep grinding and keep building, you'll get there. That's basically um our mantra. Everybody say the hat doesn't come off. Well, we put our steel-toed work boots on our little king crab, and we keep working. We keep going to our objective, and we're loving every minute of it, and we're meeting a lot of new people. So
That's
we did
badass.
also one of our community members told us about a purple princess crab that's in Japan, and we use that, and we have a queen to our king now. So a king always needs his queen, and we we've got that for the ladies in the crypto.
Awesome, awesome. That is exciting. I was kind of a little bit distracted, King Crab, because I had to bump somebody off stage. You cannot be on here and have your microphone open and start to fuck around like that. This
Fuck
is a
around, find
recorded
out.
stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna find out you're off the stage. That's what's
Uh,
gonna go down.
it's. I see that you guys made your way over to Zora. Very nice. That's
Yeah,
a great way to get more eyes on your project. I've been like advocating for Zora for like 5 months, and finally people are starting to catch on, which is cool. I think people thought I was trying to scam them for the first 5 months when I was like, "Hey, check out Zora." People are like, "What the frick is that?" And no one wanted to participate. And but it's blown up over the
Tick
last.
was coming up from behind. Hey, so let
Yeah,
me tell
check
you
out
about
this Zora thing. And
Zora.
everyone thought was like, what's this? Like everyone's all sussed out by it. And then now that my creator coin market cap's at 80 grand, I see everyone's like joining. And it's like, dude, like, okay, cool. Well, finally, I knew that. I was like, I'm like, you build it, they will come, dude. Like freaking something like Zora tokenized content is such a no-brainer. Fractionalized NFTs and mainly if you want to advertise for yourself, it's free advertisement. Like that's absolutely insane. Where else can you take visuals and display them for hundreds of people at zero cost to yourself? And you could just make visuals that say go to kingcrab.com or whatever. You could say, you know, send money to my my Sui wallet address, like whatever. You could post whatever you want, you know, and that's what's beautiful about it. And I mean, for me, I see it as a great platform for forgive me, for artists to like share their content and for, you know, creative ideas to get passed around. And like, I get so inspired when I go on Zora. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. And I'm stoked that people are getting caught onto it. And like I said, King Crab, I would utilize it as a tool to promote your brand. That's my advice, for what it's worth. I don't know if you're already
Yeah,
doing that. Yeah.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're taking our images, our videos that we make, we put it on there. Um, basically to gain eyes, bring everybody to our coin, just like we're doing with the Arena app, and also using all that to reinvest into the coin. So any way
Yeah.
we can build our floor, gain eyes all in the same time, it's a win-win.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And yeah, finding other ways to, you know, to generate, you know, liquidity or whatever. Like if you look, I mean, I know you're already on the merch train, so you've already kind of like you're kind of already exploring that, and but yeah, attacking the project from like every possible angle and getting, you know, getting involved in every sort of like industry, let's say like, you know, merchandising or for instance like content, NFTs, you know, this sort of stuff. And there are other ways to just generate capital and liquidity for the project and the chart, ultimately, you know, volume bots and things like that to actually make your chart healthier in effect as well. Like that's what Chadet does with their other liquidity streams, and they've taken a note from the page of, you know, Nike and Apple and Disney. It's like, how do they do things? How do they run a business? And that was Chadet's approach. And I feel like using that sort of method and that approach and that, you know, mentality is hyper bullish. You know, like putting yourself on that level. You know, which there's nothing stopping you from considering yourself, you know, among the greats. You know, so you're the one that determines that how great you want to be. So very bullish on your project, man. I love it. I love what you're doing, and great to see that you're, you know, still very active and building each day. What's new with King Crab? What's the latest updates? What's the ticker?
So basically, the ticker is K Crab.
Yes.
You know, but
Hell yeah.
yeah, we're adding to our merchandise. Just like crabs in general, we're born in the trenches. We keep crawling across your timelines. We'll ride those Sui waves. You know, um, I've staked in everything. I've locked most of my coins, and you know, chart goes up, chart goes down. It's still adding to our floor and building other liquidity pools. And you know, we're still in that growing phase of growing community. Um, I have been at the point shilling my own coin at my 9 to 5 job
Mm.
because I've told my coworker, a couple of my coworkers, is I'm into crypto to get away from this place, and I've got one of them set up with a Phantom wallet. Sent him $20 of King Crab, and I said just watch it. You know, I told him not financial advice, but in your check, put like $5, $10 into it, and just let it sit. Let me do the work for you. Um, and because they're not on X, so that's the reason why I said it. But as we grow in numbers, we will spread like wildfire. We'll go. I want to say we go from the trenches to the beaches. It'll be a long organic ride, but it's gonna be enjoyable. And we'll get to those places like Lofi. I want to work. I want to eat with Lofi. I don't want to compete with Lofi,
Yeah.
or Axel or anybody else like Fartcoin and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're just building our community, building our eyes, working with Zora, Arena app, just getting eyes out there. And we had our Iowa State Fair here in the States, and I had 4 boxes of business cards, and I handed them all out. They're empty, so
Wow.
I need to build more business cards. Um, I've got my shirts done, my jerseys done with King Crab on the front and a few other crypto coins on the back. I'm getting those mailed out along with thank you letters. And just growing with everybody, growing with the longevity, and biggest thing is networking because a lot of people shill their coins, but the biggest thing to shill is yourself. So, and that's basically what we're doing.
Awesome. Yeah, very nice, man. I love to
Awesome.
see all the new content and stuff that you guys have been
Absolutely.
creating. I actually want to make a video of what is it? The queen and the king. I'm gonna see if I can throw something together real quick. Actually, I'm gonna do yeah, but I'll let you know.
All right.
Do
Well, while you do that, Tick,
yeah.
I'll go ahead and say hi to the next person and welcome
Yes.
everybody who got into this room. Right, I see a lot of new faces, and again, the people who I see some more viewers on the YouTube live stream as well as on X. So I'm thinking everybody is start to return to being bullish again,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, let's see if I'm right. Let's see if the charts are recovering a little bit. Well,
Oh
they're
damn.
trying. They're
What?
trying their best. No, don't
117.6.
look.
Jeez. What was the hack?
Just
Hold
don't.
on. What's the information on the hack? Who got hacked?
Well, I'll go quickly through that while you're making a picture, and then I want to say hi to Jay because he has his hand up. He's been here for a bit.
Yes.
So let me pull up that info again. Right, what happened today? Okay, so BTC Turk, a major Turkish cryptocurrency exchange, was reportedly hacked with suspicious outflows of approximately 48 to 55 million in digital assets from its hot wallets. The attack involved multiple blockchains, including Ethereum, Avalanche, Arbitrum, Base, Optimism, Mantle, Polygon, etc. Blockchain security firm Cyphers detected unusual activity, noting that the fund was transferred to 2 main addresses, with the attackers swapping assets primarily into and out of ETH. Bitcoin Turk halted cryptocurrency deposits and withdrawals due to technical issues, but stated that the trading and the Turkish lira transactions continued uninterrupted. Binance has assisted in the investigation, freezing over 5.3 million in stolen funds. The hack coincided with the market turndown, right? So the market was looking already to turn down, and then boom, right?
Whoa.
These candles came out of nowhere, and these are always when it's related to news like this, always good time to buy
Yeah.
because you always see a little bit of a bump. I pulled out 4 trades, one on 100x, one on 200x, and one on 500x, just being on that wick. Right, wick up, boom, money made. Took 2 minutes.
How
I'm
come
like,
every time? How come every few weeks? Coach was just talking about this a few weeks ago too. He's like, we haven't had any disasters in the news in a couple weeks. He's like, it's been a little bit too quiet. He's like, what's next? You know, because there's always
What's next?
some news that just wrecks all the charts,
Well,
and it's just
well,
crazy.
it's good because we needed a correction. We
Yeah,
needed a cool down, and this came in one candle. Boom, we get it over with, and then we can just happily pump on. This is not big of a that big of a hack. 48, 55 million, maybe big for us, but it's
right.
actually it was one exchange, right? And but yeah, people get spooked, and one candle, and then everybody starts selling because
It's
somehow people are like cows. But yeah, let's. I see somebody else.
it's so funny. Oh, and Jay
What
connects.
Johnson saw? All right, so we got Jay up here. Good afternoon and good morning, Jay.
Good afternoon and good morning to you guys as well. I had my hand up before because you mentioned Zora, and I'm like, I I uh,
I
I
just saw.
got into that.
Yeah.
Huh?
I just saw you on there
What was
too. I saw your invite in the
that?
chat, so I thought that was interesting. You didn't come across it from my. You didn't learn about it through me. I'm assuming.
No,
I've been hella
no,
posting about it the last 3 days, and so now when I'm seeing other people do it, it's like I'm like, oh shit, everyone's. Have you been on there for a while? I'm just curious.
no.
Yeah.
So I was co-hosting another space with someone else, and someone came in and said that I need to get on Zora, and that they made $11,000 on this base meme called everything base,
Mm.
and I guess it was mentioned or it was created on Zora. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but they just told me I had to get on Zora. So I'm not sure if everything base was created on Zora, and then they came out with the meme. But they said they made $11,000 from it, and I was like, "What? I gotta get on this app." I just what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's
So that's
sick.
that's the real reason why I jumped onto Zora, because I wanted to see how people can make crazy amount of money with content. I think it's a genius idea. I don't really fully understand the whole concept of it all. It kind of reminds me of Arena, and I'm familiar with Arena. Like you can like buy people as far as like being like tickets and stuff. You can trade, but I don't know. It's kind of funny to me. But I heard you talking about it, so I kind of wanted to hear more, or maybe you can break it down for me because it says my market cap is like over 4,000,
Yeah.
but then when I look at like the individual images, it shows like $1 and like
Right.
a few cents for trade. So what does that really mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the so it's the fractionalized NFTs. They take like an NFT and then break it down into like 100 million pieces. Each piece is worth, it's fractionalized. So if the total market cap is $20, then $20 divided by 100 million, if I understand it correctly. So it takes tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of tokens to equal like a penny. From what I understand. But there is a huge opportunity with that as well because the market caps go up into, I've seen market caps at like 500,000 and everything. So it's like then you actually have like a chunk that's actually worth like a few bucks if you buy a piece. So it's fractionalized content. So same ideas like NFTs, except broken into a bunch of pieces. So when you buy a percentage of that, let's say you buy 3% of the total supply, you put like a couple bucks in, and you get like 3%. Well, when that market cap goes up like 3,000% or whatever, then your holding of whatever that is would go up. That so let's say it was like $5, it would now be like $15 or something. From if I'm understanding it correctly, because I've been on it for like 5 months and all my numbers are going up. But as far as like, if I wanted to cash out today, I don't think I'd be able to cash out very much. So I've just continued building and just posting content. And I got people buying some of my images. Like some of them, I was looking yesterday, I had one of mine that like 5 different people had purchased. But not like huge buys. But my market cap for my creator coin is at 80,000. So I'm like figuring out, and it says my total holdings is worth over like 11. Right now it says it's a little over $1,000. So I don't know exactly like how I'd go about cashing it out, if I'd have to like liquidate all my supply. So I've just been like, personally, I'm like, I'm just gonna keep building it, see where it goes, because I've seen people with market caps way higher than mine. At 500,000, 500,000. So 80,000 seems kind of low, but I know that I started at a very low market cap. So I really don't know what I've done to like build that, but your creator coin if you haven't yet, because I had at a certain point I had the option to create a creator coin, and that's when things kind of like seemed like they started to evolve a lot faster, and people were buying my creator coin. And I got one guy that keeps trying to like, he's like DCAing my creator coin. Like every day he's like buying a little bit more. I'm like, what the hell? And my content's so weird too. I can't believe anyone actually likes it.
I need it too. And then just go like, pump my bags. Let's go.
Yes.
Mr. Digit this up. Look, you guys, I have to join an AMA tick, so I'm
Okay.
willing to just keep the space open for you. Just go on TG and let me know when you want to close up, right? So I'm gonna leave you guys to it. I'm
Okay.
gonna listen in with just one earbud, but yeah, gotta pay attention to the other stuff. But Mr. Digit, good to see you.
Oh shit, there we go. How we all doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Hey, how you doing?
You got it.
Your
Fucking
mic?
tired, but here and working my ass off.
Awesome. Awesome. What's going on today? What are you buying? Or what are you holding?
Right now it's kind of iffy at the markets. I was just scrolling through on Dex right now and see what's happening. I guess today's just kind of slow. Regarding
have you used Moby Screener?
I use what's it called? It's called AXION. Can't pronounce the fucking word of it, but it's a good
Action?
trading platform. Huh?
Action. AXION? Or
Yeah,
Axiom. Axiom. I'm sorry. It's Axiom.
Axiom. Yeah. Fuck, I can't even. It's been a long ass day, so yeah. No, right now the fucking market on Axiom's kind of pretty shit lately, but I mean, if you're in my Telegram, I've been cooking lately, so yeah.
Word. Yeah, the Moby Screener it's basically like Dex Screener for Solana. But what's really sick about Moby Screener is that you can see like whale holdings and whale transactions. So you can see if it's a Cabal coin that you're looking at, or if there's a lot of inside, trading and holding going on. So I'm on the Dex Screener right now on the live stream, and let's see. So you can see that these are the trending tokens today. And so one example would be like Troll. So that's a good example. You look at Troll, and the number of whales that are holding that token is 67 whales. So then you can go down here and you can go to holders. You can see how that's laid out. You can go to Whale Watch data. You can see which whale wallets are holding and making trades on it and what kind of trades they're doing. So it's a way to like vet coins and get a little bit more transparency. You get a little bit more data that's displayed for you using Moby Screener. It's an asset dash utility. I just like to use it just to kind of like look at, if I hear about a ticker or whatever, I'll run it through this real quick just to see what kind of like insider holding is going on. Kind of like same thing with like BullX has a lot of things like that as well that tells you, basically audits the token, lets you know if it's if it's a safe buy or not, if there's a lot of inside holding, how the distribution is, all that sort of stuff.
For me, when I'm looking at each token that, like, let's say if I ape into like a random coin, yesterday I think I aped. Let me give me just a few seconds because I actually have the photo itself. Yesterday when I put some money into Brown House, I caught it at 420 market cap, and
Wow.
like it was under the 2-minute mark, and I was like, what the fuck? And I looked at the chart, I was like, no way, this shit's like sending fucking like good, because the narrative was good, the community was good, and everything else was just perfectly all like flatline perfect. I was like, oh shit, this is a good time to ape in.
Yeah.
And half these tokens, when you're looking at, what I like to see is I'm either looking at the volume, looking at the market cap, and looking at the there's another one I can't think of the word.
Liquidity.
Liquidity. Thank you. Those are the three main things I'm always looking at for, is because when I'm looking at a coin, I have to make sure it's above 50,000 or higher. If it isn't below, then don't ape it in. That's what I mean, we all learned that fucking same mistake.
Yeah.
When you, like, as a starter, you fucking fail, but you learn to go.
Right. Your price impact. If your price impact is heavy on the chart, then people just liquidate on you, and then you basically lose your initial immediately.
Yeah. It sucks, but hey,
yeah.
it's a lesson learned when you're trading with meme coins.
Yeah.
And I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't help you. Which coin's gonna go good? Which coin's gonna go bad? It's all about up to you. It's you yourself and I that can make good tokens, good decisions. Uh, just do your own research. That's like one of the biggest green flags I could tell you right now is when you're looking at like a really good coin. No matter what it is, you gotta do your own research about the community because I have seen people have seen, I mean, especially towards you, Tick. There's a lot of same ticks that you see every single fucking token that looks. It's just it's the same copy and paste token no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always gonna fuck you up no matter what. So it's always best to do your own research before that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Brown House. So I'd seen that on the Moby screener because that one's just it's an absolute sender. 31. It's
Yeah,
over.
she.
It, yeah, 31,000. I didn't buy any. I'd be blasting the top if I did. It's at 2.7. Dude, this thing's gonna fuck. It's gonna keep running though.
Yeah,
26 whales.
I'm still holding that. I'm still holding this to that
Yeah,
coin.
it's
to this
definitely a
day,
cabal
so-
coin. This is like an inside, what I was talking about, like the inside trader cabal coin, where they kind of designate like when everyone's gonna sell. You know, there's a Telegram channel that's devoted to this. There has to be. There always is, and that's where all the inside trading goes on. That it's not like open. That Telegram channel is not gonna be open to the public. But whatever time of day that they decide that they want to rug it, it could be 12:15 p.m. Like I've actually seen the calls like where they'll say, at 12:45 p.m. we're gonna, everyone sell like whatever it is, and so that's one thing, and it's usually not on like the 30-minute mark or the hourly mark. It's like they do it like in between, so like at a 45 or a 15, like 1:15 or 12:45. So just stay on your toes. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna rug today. Was it launched today? Brown House?
It was launched. Yes, it was launched yesterday night.
Yeah.
My time, I think it was like 10 or 9. I think it was like around like 9 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Proceed
PM
with
Central
caution.
Time for me.
Yeah, because it is a pump launch as well. So that's, right there. It's like, that's one bear. Why didn't they launch on Bonk, for instance? Like, that's kind of weird now that, like, fucking 80% of launches are all on Bonk now. No one launches on Pump anymore. So when they do launch on Pump, it's kind of weird. But if this is, like I said, it's a cabal coin, or that's what my assumption is, especially looking, I mean, I'm not trying to, like, FUD your bag. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to let you know, like, proceed with caution. Like, if you have a lot of capital tied up in there, just proceed with caution.
Always proceed with caution because I experienced. I mean, I dealt with coins that didn't do too. They did very poorly. The narrative was pretty ass. They kind of just went into like a submission where they said, "Hey, I'm gonna just take all the money and don't give a fuck about the community itself."
Yeah.
That's just how some of these coins are gonna be, and you really have to be on your P's and Q's.
Yeah.
And I'm not. It's hard to tell when a coin's gonna do good or if a coin's gonna do bad, no matter what.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can do good, sometimes it can do bad. It is what it is. That's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's not about luck. It's just about timing, like timing wise, perfectly. So if you find a good one that's like a really good with good liquidity, good narrative, and good communities,
Right.
it's all set. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
solid support with holders, diamond-handed holders. Like when you start seeing that, and that's one thing that is bullish about Brown House is that because the cabal is on the inside with however, dude, there's a lot of holders. It was 26 whales are holding. Okay, so that's a lot of people to orchestrate, like a sell at the same time. So the chance of it rugging on you, I feel like, is a little bit lower. 2.4K holders in total. Let's see where that we got percentages at 4%, 2%, 1.5%. So 45,000, 100,000, 36,000. Lots of holders over $10,000 US in that coin right now. Brown House.
that's a good. That's
good indicator.
Yep, I was about to say it's a good indicator. I was about to take the words out of my mouth.
So buy volume. So that's the thing. It's just like with these things, it's like, and for anyone listening, it's like I'm kind of walking through these steps because this is like how you like can sort of help yourself with vetting projects and figuring out, is it safe or is it a scam? And so you got to kind of like look, there's so many different like aspects that you kind of have to like look at and analyze to determine. And one of them also is like Telegram and website. That's kind of like, so let's see the Brown House website, because I want to see what this is all about. Like, why is it running up 32,000% in one day when, let's see. Oh, frick. So the website, it takes me to an Instagram. That's weird. I'm going to go to the Twitter then. Brown House Live.
I bet you, because I saw it was a post. I don't remember. I saw a post yesterday. I know it's linked to that. Give me just a few seconds. I could pinpoint it on it.
So they're a streaming group on Pump. That's why they're on Pump, is because you can stream on Pump now. They do the live streaming, which I think is incredibly bullish, dude. I think that is so awesome. So I was looking for the Brown House stream. I wanted to see what it looks like. Dude, this is actually kind of hyper bullish. That's one of the reasons it's sending. So I don't understand why their live stream is sending though, as opposed, I mean, they're not the first one to do one of these Pump live streams. So I wonder what it is about them that makes them special. Maybe it's who they're friends with.
Probably, I mean, what they're doing and what I'm seeing through, I mean, I didn't even do as much. I just saw the coin just like taking off so quick. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
Panic bot.
I mean, I got like 11x on that coin. I was like, no way.
That's awesome.
So I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, okay, I'm glad I sold in, made my profits, and left.
Where did you start? Did you start with a $50 initial?
Oh yeah.
Because that's where you usually want to go, is around $50, like point, point, what is that? 0.5 SOL, point, whatever it is. No, 0.1, it'd be 0.2, 0.25, 0.25 SOL.
Yep.
That's so you need at least 0.1 SOL in order to see any sort of gains, and so you just doubled down on that because you're pretty bullish on it. But the reason I bring it up is because you didn't start with $500, and the reason that you didn't was because if you did, you probably would have got wrecked, because it would have had price impact on the chart at that low of a market cap. It would have spiked a little bit. It would have, it might have, people would have sold on you, and then there'd be sell pressure. Then what would happen is, a person might panic sell. They might be like, oh, frick, I like lost $250 in like 3 seconds right there, and then they sell and they're like, oh, I got to get out of here. And then the chart rips after they sell, but doing a small little bit just to capture some tokens and enough to see some profit, that's a great strategy. That's why I bring up the initial. So you haven't seen their TikTok? Their TikTok is very bizarre. I mean, it's because I don't live in Southeast Asia, so I'm not, it's very unusual looking to me. I just don't get what they're all about. It's these 4 guys that do this live streaming, and they've got 40,000 followers on their TikTok for Brown House. So, and I wonder if this launch is an official token launched by these guys. It has to be if it's on the Pump. Yeah, man, it's that's pretty cool though. I'm glad that we were able to talk about this one. Oh, he got disconnected, didn't he? I'm just talking to myself now. Okay, does anyone else want to come up on stage and shill their butts off? Let's see. Oh, Jay, what up, dude?
What up, bro?
Nothing, dude. Nothing. I think Mr. Digit got disconnected when we were mid chat. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you into are you into any Solana tokens besides Quakey? Or are you Quakey Maxi?
Yeah, I'm a quickie maxi, bro.
Really?
I mean,
Damn.
I do have a little bit of Heine. Like I didn't get in when it was, I didn't get in before it hit 1 million, so it's not really doing nothing crazy in my wallet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do have a little bit of that. But I'm actually trying to get into more trades. Like, I mean, I'm not holding anything in Solana. I do a few meme trades and then I just take the profit. My goal is to make at least $200 a day. if I can do that, then I should be able to pour in at least 70K a year. But I've only been doing that recently. I haven't been doing it a very long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's probably because, well, I know what it is. I'm just focused on my project and building everyone else up. That by doing all that, I've actually been burning myself um, long term because I haven't been working on my own gains. I mean, I still have my long holds
Yeah.
for like the blue chip coins, but when it comes to meme coins, I haven't been doing too much trading, to be
Yeah.
honest. So
Yeah, for sure.
I have my ETH, I have my Bitcoin. It's all stored away in a ledger and all that. But when it comes to like actively trading, I haven't been doing that.
Yeah, I like just hearing what's going on in the trenches, because I feel like it's kind of, it puts a finger on the pulse to like overall sentiment when you kind of like look at risk appetite. How if there's a lot of people going full fucking send into these like random meme coins and shit, all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, the appetite for risk is high, and then that's an indicator that, okay, maybe we're heading into some territory where we're going to start seeing some a lot more runners and altcoins pumping. What's new in the life of J Connects? Are have you been grinding with Quakey a lot, or what about NFT energy? I love NFT energy, and I don't see enough of it anywhere, and I think that's such a cool energy drink.
Yeah, well, in terms of myself, I've been focusing on my podcasts. So I actually have an editor that met in the space, Regina. She has like well over like 19 or is it 90 subscribers on YouTube, and she's been helping me edit all of my podcasts, which actually is the utility to my NFT project. That if you had minted 6, or if you pick up 6 of the Quake on the Rise NFTs, you get to be interviewed by me. I do a lot of IRL events. I've interviewed a lot of people, but a lot of it's been live, and I have a certain like. I'm super particular when it comes to like my content and like my project, so I just want everything to be perfect. Um, and because I'm not great at editing, she's gonna be working on that for me. She's working on one right now actually from NFT NYC, and
Wow.
I'm so blessed and happy that I found her. But what I plan on doing actually is actually streaming my podcasts 24/7. I have a JConnects profile for my podcast, and I want to be able to stream that on this profile, on that profile, at the same time. And thanks to Vita TV, I know how to do it. So that's gonna hopefully give me more attention to my channel and whatever else I'm promoting. So kind of like what you got going on, but it just will be continuing. It'll be a continuous thing. So while I'm at work, the stream will be going. You'll see the podcast, and then also anyone that I interviewed is gonna have maximum exposure on that YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's sick. So, let me see. So you said something about. I just lost my train of thought. It was about the. Oh, I just completely just spaced. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Sorry. But yeah,
No,
you had
you're
said,
good, bro.
because I was looking at the NFT energy drink, and like you said something that reminded me of. Oh yeah, the simultaneous casting. So are you talking via Restream? I'm just curious. Was it Restream that,
Um,
or a
it
different?
would not be through Restream.
Oh,
It
okay.
would be through Streamlabs,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like OBS,
Yeah, I use
to be able to
OBS.
stream on multiple platforms. Yeah,
Yeah,
OBS, but
OBS
I
is
use
so dope.
Streamlabs.
How I originally
Yeah.
got into it, and the reason I bring it up is for anyone that's like listening that might, wonder like, how the frick do these guys even figure out how to do this stuff? For myself, like, no one told me. I went on to ChatGPT and I was like, look, this is what I want to do. How can I do it? And it was like, it gave me a list of different tools that I could consider. That's how I found out about OBS, and dude, that just it opened up my mind like so much to, you know, possibilities and things like that. Like what I do with OBS, I'm just barely even scratching the surface, but it's such a powerful utility, man. You can do so much with it. You could even just like use it as like a video editing program and create videos hypothetically if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Because you can import all the sources and then you can actually do the recording. So you can do start recording and, you know, import like a bunch of like, I don't know, mini videos and visualizations. I don't know what kind of crazy shit someone will want to create like that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but it takes time to do that stuff, man. Like you need to have like a lot of time to do edits.
Yeah.
I made like a year worth of like video content, and all of it's been live. It's been live for two reasons. One reason, I want it to be kind of like a space, but the other reason is because I suck at editing. So it's like it worked out for me, but a lot of people like the live. A lot of people like the raw footage.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, yeah, you know what it is. It's like, okay. I'll have the live out there for people to look at, but I also want it to be edited so I could do like reels and shorts and it look more professional at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You ever use CapCut?
I do.
Yeah, CapCut's amazing for doing like shorts and reels and little clips and stuff like that. I was using I got into CapCut, I don't know, a little over a year ago. Amazing application with like AI capabilities and the effects and transitions, all that shit. And what you can do for free with CapCut is just like it's unparalleled, man. There's nothing like it. I love those applications.
Yeah, I mean, King has his hand up. I don't know if you want to get to King.
Yes, what's up, King?
But,
how you doing?
No, it's all good. Just letting you guys talk. Biggest thing, like, I envy you guys, like Jay right now, talking about how he's doing all the editing and stuff. Because, you know, I thought it'd be fun to be like a streamer and stuff like that, and I could never get anything to work right. I could stream, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to do my own spaces. I got myself an Elgato Stream Deck, and then I'm like, oh hell, it's not going into the X deal for the spaces because now I'm not getting any sound, and it's just like, hey, you YouTube stuff, and it just can't get it to work right. But man, keep grinding, man. It's freaking cool.
Well, that's what I love.
Yeah, brother. I mean, go ahead, Tick. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say that's what I love, utilizing AI as a tool to help like with overcome these hurdles. You know, if you're running into an issue, you could even use AI Studio, Google AI Studio, and share your screen with it, and it will actually give you like a walkthrough. So if you go on aistudio.com and go to try Gemini, and then on the left menu you go to stream, you can do share screen, and then you could say, hey, I'm having an issue with trying to get my X spaces live to stream from my Stream Deck. What can I do to fix this? And it'll like take a look at what you got on your screen, and it can help walk you through. I've seen people use it for, you know, building things and all sorts of stuff. So Gemini's got so many awesome capabilities. I highly recommend it if you're not already using it. And ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'll do that. Sweet, thanks.
Yeah, Jay, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say that it just helps to have a team. Like before I had a team, it was just, you know, me just like, you know, winging it. But I have people like Regina, I have people like Vita TV. These are all professionals in their own right, and we all help each other. You know, I did an IRL event with the Beamer Boy last weekend in New York City for these inner city kids that, you know, try to keep them out of the streets and put them on the basketball courts. And it was cool because it was actual Web3 representing and teaching the kids about the space. You know, Ron's Crypto was out there mentioning a few things, and Quakey was there to represent as well. And I got to interview Beamer Boy, and Vita TV was there. And Vita TV, just like he had extra wireless mics to give me. I have my own wireless mics, but they're like, they're okay. They're not the best ones, and we're both kind of in the same field. Like he does the camera, he does the streaming. I do the interviews. We just play to our strengths. And
How do you spell
he,
his handle? Is it VIDA?
it's VTA underscore no VTA TV underscore ETH.
Okay, sick.
E-
Okay, cool. I want to follow. Give them a follow, and then the other person was Regina. What was it?
Regina. Yeah. Yeah,
Regina.
Regina.
Um, the,
Regina.
the not the Regina Degen, not the NFT.
No, hold on a second. Pull up her Clonell 16. Regina Clonell 16 is her name. I can send you the information to your DMs if you want. Here's her.
I just wanted to give them a follow because they sound like some bright people. I wanted to
They're.
have in my circle.
I'll drop in the comments section with,
Yeah.
with their tweets, and then I'm gonna have to run into work right now. But anyone can tap in with these people. These are like heavy hitters, on the up and up. Especially Media TV. He's come a long way.
That's awesome.
He used to stream. He used to stream my spaces, my pigeon coop spaces. But like I said, he's been doing a lot of IRL events. He used to even host his own spaces, but he doesn't even have time for that anymore. He's really on the up and up. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Big shout out to Jimmy down there and Meta Rides. I see the Quakey Nation is in the building, so gotta show love.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. And then
Jay, before you leave, sorry, Tic.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
You're good.
Jay,
Go ahead.
I always had an idea of helping inner city kid. I just found out just thought of a new way to do it. Is if we could get the kids' school art, put it on the blockchain, put it as an NFT, and use that money to get them basketball shoes or football cleats.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a cool way to help the kids.
Yeah. So Beamer Boy has a partnership with the city of New York, and they have that whole thing situated. As far as like donations go and stuff like that. But I mean, I definitely could talk to them more about it. I mean, they gave out T-shirts, but you're right. We can do a lot more for the kids, and I'm gonna shoot you a follow, bro.
Sweet, thanks. Yeah, I just thought of it. Like, I had the idea way back before crypto, and then it just popped into my head right before I'm going into this spot where I'm gonna rug here in a bit. But yeah, any way we can help the kids and get them into crypto and grow, that'd be a win-win for us.
Oh yeah. There's been quite a few projects that have already done that. The Pigeons of New York. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that project, but
Loading
they did a collaboration
alpha.
with a retired NFL football player, and that's what they did for the football kids. Back in 2024. So yeah, definitely shoot me a follow back, and then we can talk more about that. But let me run to work before I end up losing my job.
See you.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Easy.
Later, brother.
Take it easy. Thank you so much. Awesome. And then let's see. I did want to bring some other folks up on stage. If anyone wants to come up and shill, send a request. I did want to bring up DCA for sure. Let's see. What we got. Bobzilla here too. Who else? But yeah, come up on stage if you want to go ahead and shill your project. I did want to. Yeah, King, what's up?
Oh, I think I took my hand down, but nah, man, loving the space.
Rad. Yeah, I did. Normally we do Thursdays all on Sui. However, dollar cost average is such a fire ticker, and I did want to mention it. this project is so awesome. So Dev is actually in the chat, and if they want to come up on stage, you're more than welcome to shill your project. I want to hear what you got to say about what's going on, what developments are going on. Let me see. Let's see, just send the request and I can bring you up. But let's see, what do we got going on with this? I wanted to see what kind of updates are going on with the DCA ticker. So I just don't know enough about it to really go into a whole lot of detail about it. Let's see. Good morning, DCA.
Hey, while you get them, can I tell you about one on Abstract?
Yes.
Okay, one to look out for, keep an eye on. A group of my whales have put started on Abstract, and it's called Pangolin. And their all-time high so far is 207K. They're constantly growing in the TG, and they're growing with some great people, devs in Abstract ecosystem. And I think it's every week or every 2 weeks they're adding 2 pages of their comic book for Pangolin, and the narrative is it's Pangolin that has gone through a portal and is checking out like other coins, other ecosystems, and stuff like that. And the comic book is basically their journey of what they find. So it's pretty cool. It's something to look out for, keep their eye on.
Huh. Yeah, I'm on the Abstract Chain Twitter right now looking for Pangolin. I'm seeing a lot of other Pangu NFTs. I'm looking for the one that you're talking about though, and I'm still looking. Let me see. So I'm actually just gonna spell it out then. So it's gonna be.
I'll pin it up in the jumbo for you.
Let's see. I think I'm spelling it incorrectly. Abstract Chain, huh? I didn't even know that was a thing. I may have seen it. I didn't even, it hasn't even like crossed my radar. If I go on deckscreener.com, are abstract coins even listed on here? Explore. Oh, they are. Yeah, they're right there. Damn. Cool. And then if I go on to here, I can see looking for Pangolin. Let me see.
I got them on the jumbo for you. It's PANG space O.Lin. If you want to check them on X.
Let's see. Oh, I think, okay. I think I may have found it. The market cap's at 146. 146K.
Just like retrace, they constantly keep grinding.
So pangverse.com. The ticker is Pang, P-A-N-G. Wow, yeah, I know nothing about Abstract Chain. I don't know if it's... Yeah, I know zero about it. Huh. This is really interesting, though. 146, volume 27. 5 days old, huh? Yeah, I love looking at new projects and stuff and just seeing what's going on, especially if it's on a chain that I didn't even know existed. It's like, yeah, it's crazy to imagine all.
Yeah, because I think Abstract's on ETH, but the thing that's nice is the gas fees are pretty low, like other coins, and also I'm hearing word that they might make an Abstract coin, possibly. You're gonna have to check me on that, but But yeah, another one that I looked at was Penguin Dust Fart. That's also on there.
Oh
So
God,
a couple of them. Oh yeah.
that's
So
funny.
yeah, I mean, looking at kind of like what I looked at in Sui when I made King Crab, the longevity for the growth and what they're doing is pretty nice on abstract.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder if volume's coming.
Because well, they have hopefully I don't rug, but they've got, if anybody looks at abstract, their website or their portal or whatever you want to call it, they've got a lot.
Oh shoot, King, I think that you're rugging. Oh, I did. If she got it, what? Oh, no, 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 no. But if she got it, oh shoot. Hey, DCA, I didn't get your request. I apologize. Let me see here. That's so weird. I don't know why I didn't get um the request, huh? So if I go, oh, it says that I'm not co-host. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's embarrassing. Jesus. That is so funny. Okay, you guys, thank you for being patient. I was wondering, I'm like, hey, does anyone want to come up on stage? And I wasn't seeing any request. Okay, hopefully Wilder can. Oh, let me see. Ooh, I had to join as co-host for a second. Come on, there we go. Yeah, your boy's back. All right, here we go. So now let's see. Forgive me. Okay, cool. Remove. Okay, so DCA, you are up on stage, and Timbo, you are up on stage.
Yeah, now it worked.
Yeah, cool, man. I was like, damn, what did I do, DCA? I'm like, did I piss you off or something? I'm like, come up on stage, and I'm just like, damn, she's giving me the cold shoulder. That's cool, man.
Good morning, Tic.
Hey,
good
what
morning,
up?
Wild.
Good
Good morning, DCA. Thank you for bringing me up. I'll shut up. I was just wanting to say thank you, bro, and good morning.
Very stoked. Hell yeah. No, dude, it's casual. We're just kind of hanging out right now, but I did want to talk to you guys to see, what's going on, what's new, what are you guys doing in the in this bullish time that we are living in. Everything going to all-time highs.
I'm kind of pivoting to other platforms. I haven't even started the YouTube yet, but I have done some streaming and some TikToks and some CapCuts and things like that, and trying to appeal to like a more of a broad audience. Initially going out, it was very niche, and you can only be so niche in crypto that kind of like broadening the whole concept, because it really is a broad concept that a lot of people new to crypto can still understand, as far as DCA and being a USDC rewards token. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so we've got our index, our little index of different projects that we've partnered with. And we kind of just go through and either talk about the projects that we're partnered with or do content on DCAing our USDC into those partnered projects.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. So on your timeline, you're constantly shilling. You're like, yo guys, check out this one and check out this one. So what was the other? I saw you aligned with a couple projects when I was glancing at the timeline. Do you want to mention any of them? Are any of them like hyper bullish? Any of them gonna retire my bloodline? What's the alpha?
Well, obviously I'm bullish on all of them. No, but it was really interesting because I think yesterday, obviously not today, but yesterday it was really interesting to see. It was like 7 out of 8 of the partnered projects were in the green. They were net positive yesterday. So I know we kind of watch the projects as you look at like pump fund coins, and then other coins are dipping and things like that. But to have everything in your index up all on the same day is pretty impressive, I think. And I think it just goes to show that investing in the small communities that you find in these spaces and going through in here pays off. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That is very true. One, I yes, you are. Okay, cool. 401ks. Hyper bullish on 401ks. Base dev. Awesome narrative. I just hyper bullish on 401ks. That's one where I met Dev. I don't know if I introduced you to 401ks possibly in spaces because him and I had like ganged up one day deciding to do like a shillathon, and then I remember, yeah, we all landed in a space together, and then that's kind of when 401ks was talking to you, and he's like, look, I don't know if you'd be interested. And so that was about a week, maybe two, no, a couple weeks ago now. And so to see that you guys are still growing and moving together, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is so cool.
I think the rev share tokens have like created their own little, I don't know. You've got like
Little
Alpha
posse.
Index who has all of the rewards tokens and stuff like that. And I see on the timeline all of this like bonk versus pump fund stuff, and we're all just over here like friends with each other.
Yes, that's sick. That is dope. Yeah, and you know what? I do want to bring attention to the TikTok approach because I do the same thing. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and my whole idea is that maybe someone that's been considering buying Bitcoin but they have no idea where the hell to start. Maybe they come across my channel and then all of a sudden they won't lose as much money as when they first get into it because they might have an understanding of like how DCA works, or where the floor is, or how to sweep the floor, how to what's a good time to buy, like how to like I said, DCA, so that even if you blast the top, that you end up balancing yourself out as you continue on. There's so many different things that you kind of figure out from making bad moves. Essentially, it's like you make a poor decision, lose a bunch of money, and then you're like, shoot, I'm not doing that again. And so Wilder and I basically came together to kind of host this space as a way, because we were sick of losing money. It's not like we were losing money up until we started doing the space together, but like both her and I had like a similar experience where we had to like figure it out because we got sick of losing money. And so and she's actually taken it to like a whole nother level with the TA and the futures trading and all that sort of stuff. But just even like learning from each other's mistakes and talking about like the pitfalls that we experience in crypto is I feel like it's beneficial for people. And that's kind of my whole approach. And the reason being is onboarding. That's where I was going with this, is that you doing the TikTok thing to try to get other moms that maybe identify with you, or even just other people. They don't necessarily have to be moms, but other people that they see you doing it and they're like, oh, she's a mother and she's a dev. Like you can't get more based than that. So
Well, and I'm learning, and I'm admitting I'm learning, and I'm learning together. Like we did a really cool space the other day with I think it's Massive Arbitrage Diversity. That's a project that's out there, and they have 10 liquidity pools paired with different projects. So like they're pairing their LPs with not just Solana. And so they're like generating volume off of these other liquidity pools that benefits their holders. There's really cool stuff out there to be found and to do. And yeah, it's really cool. And then I also did a space with All Will Retire. I don't know if you're familiar with that project, but
no.
he talks about the DCA concept. Like I didn't even have to shill in there because they were just talking about it the whole time. But they've been around for a while, and he goes, it was just like really sweet listening to him because he's like, this is the story of a wallet. And he's like talking about this random wallet on his chart, and he's like, they blasted a green candle, and I'm like, because when you're a dev and stuff and you see people selling at a loss and you see them aping $200 at the top of a green candle and then selling, at the bottom, it makes you feel bad, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you
he
feel
he
somewhat
told this whole
responsible.
story about, he's like, if this wallet would have DCA'd, and I was like, "Aw." So I partnered with them. I put them in there because he just had a really like they were talking a lot about like emotional commitment to projects and long-term longevity of, they're the ones that do like the holding a sign, and they have a lot of their holders doxing themselves and holding signs, and yeah, they're on YouTube and TikTok a lot more.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And that, inspiring hope, having people, understand what the whole purpose of crypto is in the first place. Why was crypto created? It was created as a hedge against inflation. It was created as an answer to the federal banking institutions and how they are, screwing the public over, and how a debased currency that is inflationary basically screws you out of your savings. You're being told your whole life, save your money, all this, but your savings keeps dwindling as the value of it keeps getting reduced. So what is your only fighting chance against that is decentralized finance, essentially, deflationary based currency. So that whole,
Yeah,
mhm.
exactly. But that's heavy, and people aren't ready for that. Um, but just the onboarding. I mean, some people are ready for it, but I would say the general public is still heavily overwhelmed by a lot of the stuff that we find here on X. Like, I have to really like take it back a little bit if I'm gonna thrive on the other platforms, because I can't just like run up and be like, they're printing your money, it's not worth anything. Like, do you want to talk about vaccines? All the things that we talk about on X and we're so like aware of that people aren't necessarily ready for. It's kind of like bridging that gap. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just getting them onboarded and seeing the benefit to it welcomes them to then realizing that information.
Yeah, yeah, that's the most important thing. I think that, your savings. What other chance do you have with a high yield savings account, or S&P 500, or any other investing opportunity that exists? If you do the math and run the numbers, it becomes a no brainer. But it's almost like too good to be true for some people, and also people don't understand like how to not blast the top, because when you see something performing well, you're like, oh, it's up 15% today. This one performs well, but then it's down 25% the following day as everyone sells. And so it's like, and I often bring this up, that even Isaac Newton in his 70s, so the stock market existed way back in the 1700s as well. It was a little different than what we do on the internet today, but you could buy stocks and bonds and all that stuff even in like the 1700s. And Isaac Newton, his whole life had accumulated wealth and savings, and in his like 70s and in the later half of his life, he decided to start investing in the stock market, and he ended up just blasting the top and selling at a loss over and over, and ended up like losing most of his like fortune that he had accumulated or whatever. But what this goes to show is that even Isaac Newton, one of the most intelligent people that has existed in the last few hundred years, he couldn't keep himself from doing that, from blasting the top. And I remember learning that story when I was watching a documentary about the history of stocks and everything. And the story of Isaac Newton was one that kind of like really struck a chord with me, because I've blasted the top so many times, and sometimes I'll do it on purpose out of like conviction, as like a statement. Like I would definitely do that with like the DCA token, and I'm not that's just how I am with the DCA token. Let's just say like this thing was up 30% today. I'd probably just blast the top and then make a post about it and say, just to show my conviction. I'm super bullish on the ticker, and that's just me. But it's like you got to do your own research, though. It's like the reason that I have the conviction level that I do is from from talking to you about this, from looking at what you guys are doing, looking at who you're involved with, and kind of like the roadmap and your strategy of your whole approach to this. And for me, that like genuine, authentic, quality is just, and the organicness of it, if that's a word, It's just for me, it's so appealing, hyper bullish. But yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on that just because I'm a big fan, and I wanted to kind of touch base with you since we last spoke to kind of see, what's changed and what have you learned and all that good stuff, and it seems like you've probably learned a lot in the last couple weeks. Am I right? Yeah.
Yes, the liquidity pools, bolstering my liquidity on the uptrend and, keeping that, um, you know, that's huge. It's huge. And I'm having some fun with pairing the LP with like other projects and things like that. And uh Tim knows too, because they're doing some pairings with other rewards tokens and stuff. And it's like we're learning a lot about the ins and outs and like kind of like the background of the dev stuff. Yeah, Pump Fund and Rev Share and stuff made it so anybody could launch a coin, but there's a lot of like intricacies that if you're not paying attention to, it's still not going to get to these higher market caps. And for the longest time, everybody's like supply control, just buy up all the supply. And while that's true to a degree, there's more than that.
Mm. Mm-hmm. As far as like seeing that reflected in the market cap, essentially, is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, continue to accumulate supply with my rewards, but like the LP is huge. Your chart is going to be way more volatile with a thinner LP.
Mm. And where are your liquidity pools? If let's say I wanted to join one, and let's see, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Is it Radium?
On Radium, we have a USDC paired liquidity pool, and then we also have one paired with Sack Boys, and that was
Oh,
just me testing it out for volume. My son told me that if you change your PFP to a Sack Boy on TikTok, all of a sudden you get a bunch of followers, and it was like Italian brain rot. Light bulb went off in my head, so I grabbed some of that at like 100K, and
uh-huh.
then I just paired with it to generate volume off of their volume, right? And
Wow.
so that, and then Meteora, I have the Solana pair.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That multifaceted. That is such a great approach. I love stuff like that. I love it that that you don't have like a tunnel vision, that that you're not like closed minded, that you're willing to like explore opportunities and and learn how to potentiate your project. So all of that's so cool. I'm glad that I asked you about that. That Sackboy Alpha is kind of interesting. I'm like, so your son, is he like a teenager or something?
The chart has been so volatile, I
Yeah.
don't even know anymore. It was like it's hit 1.3 million a couple times, but then it pulls back to 300K. So like, but yeah, my 10-year-old, and they really know what the next alpha is
Yep.
when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I mention it. It's like because they're on TikTok more than we could ever hope to be because they don't have a job. So it's like they understand this stuff to a whole nother level. They understand what's cool, what people are saying, the way people talk, and what people are responding to. So you have a little alpha wolf with you in your den that can just kind of like guide you. So that's a little cool hack. Ask the kids. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
And to circle back on the supply control part too, I was partnering with all these communities and sending them 1 million tokens,
Yeah.
but I've decided to kind of slow down on that. Instead, we're talking like liquidity pool pairings because it benefits their chart to have thicker liquidity too. So, um, I'm kind of dabbling more in that and getting more protective of the supply that I hold just to accumulate. I have a number that I want to get to before I, give away tokens. And I don't need to be introducing and onboarding people to like a massive list of projects in the index. I think keeping it, to a reasonable amount is going to be easier for them too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. So yeah, everyone turn on noties for Conviction Fuel on X. The handle is Conviction Fuel. The ticker is DCA. and incredibly bullish ticker. If you don't know why, then you probably shouldn't be in crypto at all. But DCA, yes, dollar cost averaging is when you accumulate over time so that the cost of your token it balances out, it averages out over time. So you slowly accumulate. Let's say you do like $5 a day or something like that, and that ends up being $150 a month. But as you DCA and you're buying the floor and you're buying the tops, the strategy is that your cost average balances out so that you buy closer to the floor and it maximizes your profits. So that's basically like the synopsis of how dollar cost averaging works. And so when I first saw the ticker, I was like, oh, that is such a no-brainer, like, bullish ticker. But like anyone can drop a ticker, and we see so many clones and tickers that repeat, or they steal an idea or whatever. So finding something like this, though, I haven't really found a project that is what could I say, like, compares to this one. This one doesn't feel like a clone of just something else, which is good. That's like a really good thing for a Solana token. We don't see that anymore. It's like there's no originality on Solana anymore. Everything that's coming off coming on the deck screener is like it's the same narrative.
I know. And Wild told me last time that I get told often that I don't belong on Solana.
Yeah, that's unfortunately.
People have tried to pull me to other chains.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like the cake is already baked, so and it's been doing well. I mean, there's so many days where I glance at the DCA chart and it's up. It was up like hella. It was up a lot. Let me see. It was up 66% on the 10th. This chart, and right now it's such a juicy buy with that rounded. We have this rounded bottom right now. It's hyper bullish. This thing's gonna freaking rip. Right now it's incredibly undervalued at let's see, 48K market cap. Damn. So this is a steal.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. It's pretty good.
Some people with their hands up here.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Timbo, what's going on, brother?
I was stretching.
Oh, yeah.
I was just stretching. I want to piggyback off DCA if I could. And DCA, first of all, you do belong on Solana because that's where the builders are. That's where the growth is to be had. So don't ever feel like that. I know it's a joke, but you're in the right place. You're in the right community. I'm working on something behind the scenes, man. I know there's, when I first came into the space, CTOs were hit or miss, blah, blah, blah. My community found a project. Instead of launching something like everybody's begging me to do, I found something along with my team that was dead in the trenches, that had really cool art and kind of a timeless timeless narrative. I'll keep it short and sweet. MKU3 it's up in the Jumbotron. We found this coin. It was launched in December. We found it in April. We started working on it, got it to 10K, and some people that were with us clipped their initials disrespectfully, and it caused some people stop losses to hit, which at 10K, I don't know why you're taking your initials out anyways, but long story short, it collapsed. Hold on, I have a answer this. So it collapsed. We gave up on it for a little bit. I was like, all right, people aren't ready. We were cooking up art. In May, we started working on it again. We never talked about the CA in the open. We never did a space. We never dropped it on the timeline. This coin not only bonded, but it hit 117K with no promotion, just on the strength of the narrative, just on the strength of like the idea that was coming. It's a conspiracy themed token with really cool art, and basically we're just gonna have a space every single day talking. We do it every day anyways. If you're a space guy or girl, we're in spaces talking about conspiracies every day. So we're gonna have like a topic of the day, and then if you own 10 million or more tokens, you can get in the admin chat where actually strategy happens. At some point when we're live, like quote unquote live, we're gonna have a big stream in the next day or so. But if you own 10 million or more tokens, you can get in the admin chat. And then we're also going to kind of token gate the spaces to where you have to own X amount if you want to come be a part of the conversation. A lot of people have said, this will cut your nose off to spite your face, blah, blah, blah. Me, I know what it's going to do. Not only that, if you want to hire me or DTN, because my community, we have, if you don't know who we are, we have over 300 people in our Telegram. I have over 50 lifetime subscribers. Um, if anybody wants to hire me for anything, or in the future, if anybody pays a subscription fee to me, I'm not taking anything other than MKU3 in the future, giving instant utility to the coin. I will be. I'm the top wallet that owns 3.9%. I also own 2 other wallets in the top 20, which my team has them. All of our wallets are doxed to each other. The top 20 literally knows each other for the most part. There was a couple people that were in there from when we went to 117 and failed. Can't account for everything. Things happen, but for the most part, we're working, man. We've got the shoguncrypto.com Anvil bot loaded up with close to $1,000, ready to just unleash it on the chart whenever we need it. Any dips need to be eaten. But yeah, man, we're just working together, and I've got like 25 guys that are guys and girls behind the scenes that are quote unquote the CTO heads. Because I don't know if y'all have ever seen CTOs, but a lot of times the reason they fail is because there's one person doing everything. They get burned out, blah, blah, blah. It's not an easy road. I have like 25 people in place behind the scenes literally to help me do everything. I just got to show up and talk. So I'm bullish on that, man, and bullish on the art. Sorry for taking so long, Tic.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So MK Ultra 3. I didn't know there was an MK Ultra 2.
Me neither. Like I said, we found it. We found it in the trenches, and that was the name MKU. And that's the Mark Ultra experiment done.
One more time. Sorry, the last part of what you said rugged out. You said it was the what experiment?
Oh, sorry. Mark Ultra, MK Ultra. They did MK Ultra experiments in the 40s, 50s, and 60s with hallucinogenics on servicemen and civilians in the United States. They experimented with pot, acid, LSD, and that's where MK Ultra came from. But we just screw just MK Ultra. We're just make the whole thing about conspiracy theories so that we don't have just one topic.
Huh. And so let's see. The UFOtimeline.com. So when you go
I
on.
think the fact. Oh, I was just going to add that the name was interesting. It's in Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah, and it actually says, we got it translated. It says mind. And on the website, Tic, I heard you say something about the website. It's getting updated today. We had somebody that literally deleted the old website like a week ago. So we're just getting a new one made. I own the Twitter. I own the Telegram. Yeah, bro. The site will be fixed today, literally.
Dude, the artwork is sick, though. I do think that the artwork is dope. Really sick. I'm looking at the Telegram right now, and where did you get that image that's for the Telegram? Damn, yeah, these are sick.
So that's part of that's part of the lore, bro, because everybody was like, when my team found it, we were all like, why would somebody give up? I have no idea where that art come from, but when you're talking about tickers and narratives and blah blah blah, bro, it's like perfect mix of, you have to have art, the ticker has to make sense, then you have to have the people behind it that are going to hold their nuts and like do the work. And with MKU, bro, I feel like we're well rounded in all those areas. We got fire art, the ticker makes sense and it don't make sense. The old team just gave up. We're running with the lore that the government took them out for asking the right questions. I'm back there asking, where's the Epstein files? Is there gold in Fort Knox? Why did my dad leave? And is Elon Musk a robot? Those are the hard-hitting questions that we're getting asked and answered over here at MK, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. Why did he leave?
My dad leave.
That's awesome. No, but that is so dope.
Bro, I'm investigating now. Hey, if you follow MKU, you can figure that out with me, because in live time, I'll call my dad and ask him why he left as part of this.
There we go.
Let's do it.
We're going to get to the bottom of this.
I'm down.
That's right. Hyper bullish. Nah, dude, I am fuck, man. I hate it when people bring shit to me that like makes me start FOMOing like this. Oh my god. But yeah, this MKU3 is just the type of thing that I really like. Oh man. It's like, my kryptonite, man. Under 100K market cap.
Bro, everybody loves conspiracy theories. Everybody loves conspiracy theories. That's why I say it's a timeless narrative. Because as it goes on, as we build, this is the easiest way to onboard normies into crypto. They jump on space. They don't even know we're talking about crypto yet. We're part of this conspiracy coin, bro. Literally lock your supply up. Come on stage with us and let's rock out. That top wallet owns 3.9%. It will always own that. Like half of that is getting locked up the day we go live. So nobody has to worry. I own it. I control it. I don't need that money. Y'all don't have to worry about your founder leaving you. I'm just gonna be here and keep working every day. Honestly, I appreciate you letting me come up. Tic, I've been seeing you move around the space too, bro, and I like the way you move. So I look forward to messing with you on more spaces, bro.
Absolutely, no without a doubt. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you bringing this. Because yeah, dude, a project that you're in. I know that you're definitely in and out of a lot of spaces and making a presence and just constantly trying to build more and more. So anything that you're involved in, I'm very much interested in. I'm actually going to make a post they got that sick banner on their pump fund website. So I'm going to do check out MKU3 conspiracy. Let me see. Project on Solana at 60K market cap. There we go. Yeah, this banner is just such a cool image. I wanted to just repost it just because it's fucking sick. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and go like that, and then what did I do here? So yeah, that banner that he's got posted. Shit, what did I do? On the pump fund, it's like a yellow banner that says MKU with the Japanese, and it's got the 3 like entities on it. So that yeah, I wanted to repost that just because
yeah, bro, sorry, your phone's like cutting in and out really bad.
Oh, I know. I need to round trip. I need a round
trip. It's like you're cutting out really bad on my phone. I don't know if it's spaces or what.
Yeah.
Not Tic, you're coming in staticky, brother.
Yeah, I need to fix that. Oh, shit.
I didn't know if it was me, Adam, or not.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Buckazoids too. I see you up here.
Yeah, I can try to.
Hey, Tic.
Yeah.
If I hop in, I have it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Is that cool?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. I'm gonna do that real quick. Let me see. Come on. Okay, here we go. There we go. Oh shoot. Come on.
Hey, Tic, do you want me to fill the airwaves while you're setting some stuff up in the back?
Is that King Crab? You should probably speak because your hand's been up for a while.
Hold on, you guys. Tic is lost in space right now. I need to get him up as a co-host. I've been listening in. The conversation. Tic, you need to do a lab.
There we go. Jeez. Okay.
You're back.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was
Cool.
nuts. I was using Microsoft Edge as my browser, and it's not very compatible with X Spaces, and I forget that sometimes. I think it works a lot better with Chrome, in my experience. But yeah, for some reason, Edge starts getting all choppy with me. But yeah, thank you guys for being patient and us getting through that. But yeah, once again, King, did you had your hand up? You wanted to say something? I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to go off on a deep dive right there. I still got you. I wanna rug you. You already know. Oh my God, did I get rugged again?
No, you're clear now.
Oh, cool. Sick. All right. Let's see. So what else is new? Who's coming up on stage, or who wants to speak? King. Oh, King got bumped down. Adam Zoid. You want to tell us about the Buckazoids? What is the lore?
Yeah. So are you familiar? Have you heard it before?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was 1993, was
1991.
it?
1991, yeah. So we, I'll give a shout out to DCA. She, I think we're like number 3, second or third community she partnered with. So she hooked us up with some tokens.
Sick.
It's still sitting in a community wallet. So shout out to her and all her hard work. She's lighting the world on fire and really getting her message out there.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That dude.
Previously,
yeah. I'm glad that you touched on that because I'm a huge fan as well. Because dude, we don't see enough of that type of attitude and approach and work ethic. Just in this space. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah, and then the last guy, he was focused on a conspiracy theory. So I think I have the conspiracy theory of the century. So 32 years in the making.
Yeah, let's go.
So yeah, so it seems like most people know. I do run across a few people that are unaware, but Buckazoids was an in-game currency in a video game from 1991 called Space Quest 4, and inside that game, it acted like real money, like a real currency. So it was inflationary. You went from planet to planet, and your burger cost $5 at this planet, and then $60 at another planet. So highly inflationary. It was stored on a cold storage wallet. Obviously, not called cold storage back then, but it was a digital device that you had to go and scan, and you kept your money on like a calculator looking thing. And you got to think back, man, 1991, like money was in the form of cash in your wallet. So you didn't pull out your wallet or you didn't pull out coins to pay for stuff. You pulled out this electronic device. So truly the first known form of cryptocurrency in any media that we could ever find. And I asked people to kind of fact check us and see what you can find. But so the whole thing is about 3 hours to go through the whole lore. And I don't say lore, it's more history, and I don't shill, I teach. So the only thing that I'm doing is representing information that we discovered over the last 4.5 months. And life is a choose your own adventure game, so you determine on whether that makes sense to you. But the way I see it is, if you are going to put your money in a cat or a dog or a body part token, then it seems to make sense to put your money in a token that has 32 years of history with a real backstory, tied to real people that were very influential in the creation of Bitcoin. So the thing I haven't talked about is, if you look at my PFP, you'll see that pixelated B on the left hand side, a rocket, and then the number 59. That pixelated B is the Bitcoin B. So Bitcoin is the shit coin of Buckazoids. And I'm not saying that to be funny. So uh, Buckazoids existed before Bitcoin, and it seems like that whoever created Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, he or she took a lot of things associated with the video game and incorporated it into the concept of Bitcoin. Now, you could say one of two things: that that Satoshi worked in the video game era and was an active participant, maybe a dev, maybe a coder, and he left these Easter eggs 18 years before the white paper in this video game. Highly unlikely. Just, it's not a real reasonable thought. But another thought is that he probably played the game. He or they or she played the game and thought it was cool because that's where nerds hung out, was on playing video games and forums and stuff like that. And when they created Bitcoin, they said, "Hey, let's go ahead and take some of those things from Space Quest 4, i.e., the Buckazoids, and incorporate that into Bitcoin." Kind of acts the same way. So, some other real life parallels in the game: Beatrice Winkmeister, the love interest of Roger Wilco, contracts a terminal illness. They put her in stasis, cryogenesis, freeze her in order to get her to another planet where they can find a cure. In real life, Hal Finney, famously known as the first individual to receive a Bitcoin transfer from Satoshi Nakamoto, it was 10 Bitcoins. He is frozen in stasis, in cryogenesis, in Scottsdale, Arizona, at the Alcor Institute. Um, and
Wait a second. Sorry, I'm
uh,
in Scottsdale.
are you really?
There's people frozen here. Okay, no, finish. I was
Okay,
just surprised.
dude, we have been in so many spaces, and I'm surprised this has not come up before. So, in Scottsdale, there is a place called the Alcor Life Extension Institute, or Alcor Institute.
I've heard about it, but
Yep. So you have members, and what happens is people usually take their life insurance policy. They take out a $250,000 policy, and then when you die, they come and they flush all your blood out and put this jelly, and it's a proprietary mix, and then they pump this through your veins. So that way, when they freeze you, because water expands when it gets frozen, and so do cells, and it bursts the cell wall. So basically, every cell in your body ruptures when you get frozen. So the idea is they excuse me, they infuse you with this liquid that doesn't have that effect. So when they freeze you, your cells don't burst. So Hal Finney was researching this idea back in the 70s. It was a fringe freak type of thing, and he read about it, and he told Fran, like his wife, he's like, that is so cool. When I die, I want to be frozen. And then you have the video game in 1991 that has this play out. So is that everybody sitting around the barbecue, and then the game designers and the game developers are sitting there bullshitting, and Hal Finney's having a beer with them because they live in close proximity to each other, and they say, "Oh yeah, we need crazy sci-fi ideas," and then Hal goes, "Why don't you start freezing people? I plan to do that." I mean, I don't know, I'm making some shit up, but there seems to be some real awkward parallels between the game and real life. So Hal Finney contracts, or he doesn't contract. I mean, you have ALS, aka Lou Gehrig's disease, and they discovered that in 2010, right around the same time as the Bitcoin white paper is publishing. That was in 2009, and then by 2014, he's dead. So, and then he's on ice. So, anyways, there's a bunch of
wow.
yeah, so there's a bunch of awkward little stories that go like that. If you want, we could talk about Rod Nakamoto, the vice president of Sega Genesis, who also did contract work when he owned his own company called Interactive Designs. Interactive Designs did a lot of the sound work for Sierra Online. Sierra Online is a company that made Space Quest. So Rod Nakamoto did not work for Sierra Online and did not work on the video game per se, but his contract company did do work on behalf of the company, right? And you're like, okay, so what? Rod Nakamoto. There's another guy who worked deep in the basements called Satoshi Iwasaka. He was a coder, a Japanese coder. You put those two names together and you get Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, am I saying that these two people of Japanese descent are Satoshi Nakamoto? I am not saying that. So don't go harass Rod. He's in his retirement. Satoshi Iwasaka, he's a little harder to find, but Rod is, I think he's back in Boston. So he goes back and forth between different places, California, Boston. He was in Connecticut for a little bit. But, what I think happened is whoever Satoshi Nakamoto was heavily influenced by the gaming environment that he worked in. I think he was in the gaming world because that's where the jobs were at, and he was heavily influenced by these people that he met. So I'm an 80s baby, so you have to realize that anything technologically advanced better have a Japanese sounding name. And you know Japan was putting out high tech stuff. So if he had a high tech idea, i.e., Bitcoin, and he wanted to not make it sound like Earl Jones, a white guy living in California, if that's who he is, Then he comes up with some random Japanese name. The guy doesn't speak Japanese. Where's he going to get a Japanese name from? And then if you're not well versed and not well traveled, you know, you might think Yang is Japanese. It's not. It's Chinese. You have Korean names. You have Thai names. So there's a lot of names that you could easily mix up because you just don't know what you're talking about. But Nakamoto screams Japanese. Anybody can read that white paper and know Satoshi Nakamoto is a Japanese sounding name. So I think he selected those. He wanted to select a Japanese name. He went to, you know, hey, what Japanese people did I work with or work for or was around, and said, let me take these two characters, put their names together, and come up with Satoshi Nakamoto. So you have the Satoshi Nakamoto tie between Rod Nakamoto and Satoshi Iwasaka. You have the Hal Finney frozen at the Alcor Institute, just like the video game, just like Beatrice Winkmeister in the video game. You have the Bitcoin B appearing on a not a random currency in a video game, the first ever non-generic in-game currency that operated like digital cash and that resided on a cold storage wallet. So what am I on? 10 minutes in. Like I said, I can go for 3 hours and go through all the stuff. I'm actually sitting down with an investigator, it's an investigative journalist who's, you know, we spend about too much time a week together, and I just tell you know what we've discovered and then provide the source material so he can fact check me. And I don't know when this is going to happen. I think that when my guess is when Bitcoin hits its all-time high of $250,000. This guy has 10 articles sitting, and you know he wants to make a name for himself as the investigative journalist that kind of you know found all this stuff out. And the AP, the Associated Press, is going to be looking for some hot stories, and they start pulling Buckazoid stories. I mean, I guess that's what will happen. I'm not really sure. So we have some big marketing initiatives trying to get Buckazoids on a rocket to space, like a real thing. I'm not making this shit up. So want to get a cold storage wallet up to a rocket, have it go up to space, which is above 286,000 feet, and then come back down, retrieve the rocket, and retrieve the token. DCA, I sent her a token. We have a really awesome 2-inch real life bronze, antique bronze token that has a Bitcoin on one side and the Buckazoid on the other. We have an
It's
eBay.
so cool. I've
That's
got it in a safe. It's going to
that's
be worth
dope.
something. I know it.
That's so
It will.
dope.
It will. Yeah, so we have a lot of like awesome marketing initiatives. Cat is trying to launch a website that competes with Steam, which is a video game streaming website where video game devs can go ahead and put their work. And I guess the cost sharing is like 90-10 on Steam or like 85-15. So the dev keeps 15% and everybody else, you know, the website keeps 90 or 85. So we're trying to flip the script on that too and have Buckazoids be the currency that's used, and Buckazoids is the currency that's paid out. And then if you want to play those games, you're going to do it via Buckazoids. So we're trying to make this a utility token as well. We were the first ever Solana meme coin to be allowed to go to the Bitcoin conference in all of history. And I know that because that's what they told me, because they said initially that I couldn't come because we're a Solana shitcoin is what they called us. And then after I told them how Bitcoin is the meme coin of Buckazoids and Buckazoids is first, and they didn't like that very much. But when I ran through the whole story, they said you're the coolest meme coin on Solana. No offense to anybody else, and they said absolutely you can come. So I mean, and that's when we were live for 60 days. We were live for 60 days. We have no dev, we have no DAO, we have no dev wallet. I don't have tokens that I can give people. I have KOLs hit me up, you know, all the time. Oh, you know, send me so many million. It's like, dude, I don't have it. I'm not sending it from my personal wallet. So every token I have, I bought. But it's the coolest. It's the coolest narrative because it's not lore. It's history, and the only thing that we're doing is just uncovering history and presenting it to the world. And if you're interested, what makes the most amount of sense is, I mean, if you're like, no, I'm not completely convinced of all the points you made, but it sounds cool. There's a Tic coin that's doing really well. There's a Fart Boy that's doing really well. There's obscure, random, silly things that do really well, and this thing is built on history. So my recommendation, not financial advice, is to get yourself a small bag. So um, our market cap right now is like 485,000. We were as high as 9 million. at the Bitcoin conference, we hit 5 million. So we are on sale, right? So we had a 90% retracement. We are on sale right now. So for $485, you can get yourself 1 million tokens. I wish my market cap was at 485,000 bucks is where my entry point was. So a good place to enter and just hold. Just hold. This is a long-term play. We've been around for 4.5 months, going on 5. We have an eBay store. We have real merch. We have real adults, like real old people, right? Would you say DCA? Anybody above 30? Yeah, we have people above that as well. So we have real professionals in their jobs that are contributing to this project and are active executive members on this team. So I would say, when people look at meme coins, all they want is a chance. That's all they want. They want a chance at not getting rugged. People are okay putting money in something and losing, or a project not working out, but people are not okay with a flat out scam. I'll tell you what, like clearly, this is not a 5-month scam in the works. Like we are not a scam. We are not a rug pull. Like we're a group of dedicated people that believe in this and want mass exposure. So that way the story gets out there. And I'll tell you that if you see the market cap decrease over time, I'm happy to talk to tokenomics and why that is. We just had a lot of degenerate gamblers that were in the chart that just wanted this thing to pump, thought we were going to go to 100 mil just because of the Bitcoin conference, and then when that didn't happen, there was no conviction. So anyways, standing by to talk. Hit me up in DMs. I have a space that I'm gonna have in about 17 minutes. I'm gonna talk our financial status on where we're at. We have a little bit of money, so if you guys want to pop in if you're interested. I don't know what time this one ends, but anyways, that's my rundown. Standing by for any questions, and then I thank you for being a gracious host.
Hell yeah, dude! Thank you for bringing that to us and talking about it, because I love the story behind it, and it's cool like connecting all the dots and everything, the Nakamoto Satoshi thing, and all of that. So yeah, it's always cool to kind of like deep dive into what's going on with this one. And let me see. So, and let's see if I go here. Okay. Deck screener. I wanted to see. So like you're saying, it's at 485,000 market cap right now. Liquidity at 199. Let me see.
Oh yeah, something to think about. Look at our liquidity versus our market cap. We're like over 40%, right? Our liquidity pool is over 40% of our token. That's a conviction play. That's telling the world.
Are you guys doing that? Are you guys adding to that, or is that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I was like, but yeah, you guys, yeah, they have the coolest information.
Yeah.
So look at it. We have a healthy liquidity pool, which is a little problematic when people want to arbitrage it and there's no slippage and stuff like that. But we're trying to send the message that we're here to stay. There was other discussions about just locking tokens, and to be honest, I think the healthy liquidity pool is the best play to show that. But anyways, we just want to show the world that this is not a short-term thing, and we're here for the long play.
So it is kind of weird though. How is there no dev?
Oh, there's the
because
dev.
it's CTO.
So he was out like hour 12, hour 13. So he made $545. I tracked his wallet, and then he left. So he did it. I mean, he did the normal dev rug pull type of thing, like launch a token, make $500, make $1,000, rug pull it and leave, and then make the next one. And I mean, the guy was a serial rugger. That's what he did. So this all started from a Reddit post that was like the day before. A guy named Jay Rotter on Reddit found the Bitcoin B on the Buckzoid token and said, "You got to be shitting me! Look what I just found! Isn't that crazy? Ha 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 ha!" And then people just scan Reddit for things to make meme coins about. So this serial dever essentially made the token, didn't even pump it, just made it, released it, rugged it, and left. And then a bunch of us, I came day 10, but they did a CTO, and that's why we don't have a dev wallet. So there was a dev, we just don't know who he is.
Whoa. Oh, that's interesting.
I know another one that has a dev, but nobody actually knows who he is.
Oh yeah?
I'm just kidding.
Oh. Yeah, that does
Talking
happen.
about, I'm talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. True. It's becoming more and more common. We see a lot of projects because we get so many that get brought to us, and there's a few. I mean, Stupid would be one, but I mean they know who the dev is, but that's Stupid Coin is another one where dev just abandoned the project. We see that so often, which is it's crazy. But yeah, so this one is launched on, let's see, Pump. So it is a Pump token.
Yep, Pump Fund. It was launched on 28 March. Something else about the physical tokens. The Winklevoss twins have the tokens. Gary Cardone, I don't know if you know who he is, brother to Grant Cardone. Gary's in the crypto space. Gary's in the real estate space. But they have a token. A whole bunch of people from Bitcoin conference, a bunch of people I don't even know who they are. But yeah, I mean, it's just wild the amount of people that are tracking this, and the message we got back from the Winklevoss twins are like, oh, it's super cool, guys, like they can't give us a public endorsement. I mean, they own Gemini. They're $3.5 billion a piece, right? So 7 billion between the two of them. So there's limits on what they can do. They're like, yeah, we can admire you guys from afar, but we clearly can't endorse Solana meme coin. So, but there's a lot of people that are tracking the story, a lot of secret support. But yeah, hopefully we become the Doge one day, and people don't have to secretly support us; they can do so publicly.
Sick, cool. And so the ticker is Buckazoids, then, right? Let me see.
Yep, the full word. There's a couple clones out there that I mean, we endured a lot. So we endured 3 clones that launched that tried to steal some momentum. Then they reported our X account, got it banned. They like just attacked it. Let's see what else. I mean, just a lot of stuff over the last almost 5 months. But here we are, and we're here to stay.
Very cool. Well, thank you again for joining us. And let's see, I don't know if there's anyone else that wanted to come up on stage. Oh no, I'm not. Let me see. I wasn't even co-host.
I'm not. Tick.
Yeah, we got to get
the clock
going.
Is ticking. Yeah.
Yeah, let's call
we
it
got,
then.
Yes,
we went
I
way
cannot
over.
play the outro because I just took the phone out, so I'm just outside.
Oh geez.
So you're just gonna have to hum it. You have to whistle.
Oh, hold on. The outro? Yeah, here, I got it. Here we go.
You got it? You got the outro?
The outro real quick.
Okay, people, we'll catch you tomorrow, right? On the Friday. Then.
Yes, I got a new one I'll throw up for the outro. Here we go.
Nice.
It's this is for the Panda Pump project. I had made a little song. Oh, come on.
All right, cool. Let's hear it. And that will be our outro. Thanks everybody for coming. Thank you everybody on the live streams on X and as well on YouTube. Right, we'll catch you again tomorrow at the same time in the same space. And you got to stay bullish on yourself. Let's go.
There we go. There we go.
We got pandas on the move, you better get you something soon. We got NFTs up on the tube, you should see us fresh and new. Panda on the decks, you best protect your neck. So panda on the decks, you best protect your neck. So panda pump, we gonna moon, you can see us coming through. We got pandas on the move, you better get you something soon. We got NFTs up on the tube, you should see us fresh and new. Panda on the decks, you best protect your neck. So panda pump, we gonna moon, you can see us coming through. We got pandas on the move, you better get you something soon. We got NFTs up on the tube, you should see us fresh and new. Panda on the decks, you best protect your neck. So
Tick, I'm not hearing anything, but are we done?
Yeah.
Rough?
Yes.
Rough?
Yes.
All right, cool. Catch you later.